Hello and welcome. Welcome to Drakenmemoria. Sorry, I was getting distracted by rearranging the cameras. There was a little problem at the end of the last episode. So, welcome. It's a pleasure to have you with us. What is Drakenmemoria, you may ask? Well, it's tabletop RPGs. Tonight, specifically, it's a group of people playing Dungeons and Dragons. So, if this is not something you want to watch, well, that's going to be awkward. But we're not changing our schedule, so you're going to have to do it. Sorry. Well, not really. Why is my computer working so hard for nothing? Okay, well, we'll figure it out a little bit later. It can take the additional work. Don't worry.
Is it too late now to say sorry?
Yes.
Depends for what.
Oh.
Wait. That wasn't supposed to be the answer.
But it should always be.
Yes,
Right.
but I feel like you're gonna do it anyway.
Well, yeah, in that case, why did you... Anyway. Here we go. Alright, so... Oh yeah, if you like the ambient music, that's ambient mixer. If you like the world map, it's Wonder Draft. If you like the dungeon map, it's Dungeon Alchemist. If you like the village map, it's Canvas of Kings, which I have had added to the bio at the bottom of the screen. Yay! Oh, that's right, I only added it to Twitch. I'm gonna have to add it also on other platform. Alright, so hopefully audience will be there soon. I don't know what he's doing. It's gonna be awkward if he's not there. Let's send him a message.
We find him in the room, and he's been crucified in the literal sense.
Well, at least he didn't forget. Yes, I read your comment. I'm not saying to who I said that. Yeah, so if you're new to the channel, welcome. If you're not new, welcome back. While audience is preparing, hopefully, let's... Exactly on cue. Hold on. No, this time I'm not gonna forget to open all cameras. Hold on. That's because it's locked. Here we go. So, audience goes there. That goes in center. You go here. You're always at the right place. And here we go. Yay!
Is he a hero? Debatable. Is he a paladin? Technically correct.
The best kind of correct.
Nope.
Okay. I think.
We were also wrong. My sub isn't for another 2 days, so I actually don't have the added protection this week.
Oh. Good lord. That's gonna be...
It'll be next week. We
Oh,
can get there.
Moral of the story, kids, always plan your protection.
I feel like we were talking about more than one subject here. So yeah. Audience is here. Good. It's not going to be awkward doing his part. Okay. No, What am I looking for? I'm looking for what happened last episode. Here we go. So, what happened last episode? The partook. Yeah!
We partook in exploring the mage's castle.
Starts out really well. The party took on the inner sanctum of the wizard. After a subtle and careful beginning, time started to press our heroes to move faster. Wishing to get out of the wizard's sanctum before the wizard came back, one party member decided to start rushing things and went for the smash and grab option. Unfortunately, this triggered some defenses and a large guardian was awakened. A few devastating blow later, our adventurers managed to force the guardian to retreat and they continued their search. A search which started to take too long and eventually split the party into two to accelerate things. I think that's good. That's what generally happened. Well, of course, while they were separated, Remy found some life-altering things for him. And audience decided that his hit point pool was a resource now. So
I mean, in some games it is.
I've given you challenges from time to time, which your hit points became resource.
It's always a resource. The only one that matters is the last one.
Yeah, alright.
Well, I guess from that logic, death saving throws are also a resource.
Correct.
Alright. Let's replace the battle screen because last episode was not kind to the cameras.
Well, I guess I'm really thinking about it. Death saving throws are a potentially infinite resource.
Well, yeah, it's just that they have a cooldown.
Yeah.
Alright. And is this the reason why... everything... Okay, no, I don't know why. Oh well. Alright, we got our group. So, let's go back to the battle map because you can actually see where everyone is. So, this is where we left off. We have Jorg, who was looking through everything he could in the mage room with Remy, but suddenly Remy disappeared. And reappeared next to Fisher, who believed he found the device which controlled the defenses of this sanctum. Then, where did that go? Sanctum defense. Is that here? Is that it here? Then, oh yes, it's here. Okay. Then Arunak went to rejoin audience. We don't need a thunderstorm because there's no thunderstorm in there. Went to rejoin with audience, hopefully getting there before he went out of range, but you know, it didn't work out. Audience decided to pay. Okay, good. Don't have. Decided to pay the price and hit point to get through a puzzle as fast as he could. And I believe that's...
I like to call it brute force trauma.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He felt cold, he felt burned, he felt electrified. Yeah. All right, so we ended with audience entering a large room at the bottom of the screen. I do admit, for some reason, this map feels smaller than the others. I don't know why. It's exactly the same size as usual, but it's more difficult to see things. Maybe I put too many details. That's why it's harder. But anyways.
Well, it could also be forced perspective because you have so much detail in a tighter, smaller location. Like when you're actually looking at the overall picture, uh, everything feels more cramped as a result.
Maybe.
It's sort of like how no matter how big or small like your apartment is, if you completely fill it with stuff, it's going to feel like a
Feels
small
small,
apartment,
yeah.
regardless of how big it actually is.
Maybe. Makes sense. All right, so audience at the bottom. Well, let's see. With whom do we begin? Let's go
I think the
with.
funnier cliffhanger we left on was where audience was.
Okay. Then in that case, we start with audience.
Personally, I'm not sure if anybody had other opinions about that, but
Oh, that's okay. Unless someone has a problem with this. Okay.
Nope.
All right. So we start with audience opening this large room
Yeah.
in front
What's
of you. Yeah.
Oh, sorry, no. Do the description first, and then I'll say what I...
So in front of you, there's one thing that becomes very obvious. The kind of things that are in this room are very different than the other storage room. The other storage room felt like a normal storage room, you know, the thing that you have at the back of your home that you just store things there and you come back from time to time. This one here feels very differently. It's more organized, and most of what you see are in crates or some sort of things that protects it. Judging by the fact that you just came from a room for testing, you get the feeling that all of these things are elements which the wizard is planning to test on. So anything in there can be volatile, can be connected to another plane, can be potentially really dangerous.
Fair enough.
You see in front of you, directly in front of you, some sort of desk with a variety of small things in it, a few scrolls. Maybe it's sort of a classification desk, you know, so that he knows exactly where he is, what kind of experiment he did with everything else. Everything else is crates, and crates. A few armors that you see toward the back. To your left, you see a whole bunch of crystals, all held with metallic constraints. But what would draw the most your attention is what is to your right after the desk. It's a very long, mostly metallic, but what looks like glass on top of it, casing. It is 15 feet long. Not enough for the unaltered version of what you saw to be in there, but it is the largest and longest thing inside of here.
Okay. Okay, first thing I will do is I am going to try and message... Do I have a way to message the rest of the party? Do we still have the short communication orbs, or do those only work on the?
The orbs which only works between your party.
Yeah.
You have some of them, but I think you gave one to someone else at some point. So I'm not sure who doesn't have his.
I don't think it would have been me because I don't ever usually give up my orbs.
Okay.
But anyway, I'm gonna try and contact the rest of the party. Whoever doesn't have one, don't pick up.
Whoever doesn't have one, don't pick up. Oh, though actually, personally, if I had to make the best guess, and I feel like there's an inkling in my brain, it was probably Tobiyashi's.
How convenient. But you're right. He's usually is the one that share his orb the easiest.
I'm contacting the boys.
Hello.
Like,
So
Hey.
Helping right.
the reception you have is not
Great.
5 on 5. It's more like 3 out of 5. You're hearing some distortion in the voice, a little bit of static, some word may be missing, but it's generally enough there to be able to understand at least the general meaning of what he's saying.
This is Paladin. No. This is I'll just say normally, then you guys can. So this is audience. I've made it through the others. I've made it all the way to the other side of the laboratory. I think I found the room where all the high class experiments and stuff is. I have yet though to find the control room to take down the defensive.
We found it. Or Jorg's in the other room. Looked up.
Hang on, I'll come over to you guys.
Well, if you're gonna come to me, just be aware there's a
Well-
trap that does a lot of damage. I just kind of brute forced it. I just kind of like teleported to the other side. Also, our teleportation deals damage to me, but I was okay. But yeah, if you come over to me, there is a trap that deals a lot of damage if you try and cross it. It's in the like checkered room. I didn't really figure it out. I just jumped over it.
Okay.
But I was gonna say, if you guys want to start taking down the defenses, this room I feel like probably has some elements in it that could deal quite a lot of damage, and I don't want to just start breaking into everything. But if you guys start taking down the defenses, there's a possibility some of the magics that protects this place might be taken down. So I'm gonna kind of wait on you guys a little bit, your signal, before I do too
And
much.
as if
exploring.
on cue, as audience is finishing his sentence, you can a bit hear it through the orb. Audience, this in the background that you know is coming from where Fisher is, but for you, Fisher and Remy, who were both in front of the machine, you hear and you see the golem disappear in front of you.
Shit.
It appears or disappears?
It disappears.
So they're in front of a sort of contraption machine with a lot of little knobs, buttons, levers, and on top of it there was this little plate with the golem on it, surrounded by a lot of prisms. And all the while they were talking, you could hear a coming from the machine, but then suddenly it goes and you see the golem at the center disappear.
I wonder if that means the golem's recharged.
It does.
Maybe it shrinks down to get repaired.
I'd say Remy, because you're the one that has the most. I'd say Remy, because you're the one that has the easiest time keeping time because of your nature. You'd estimate that it took somewhere between 12 and 15 minutes between the moment the golem disappeared and the moment where that machine suddenly stopped projecting the golem on top of it.
Well, hurry up, guys. I'm waiting on you.
I'd say audience. Well, everyone, make a perception roll for me, please.
Can my fairy dude make a perception roll if I ask him to?
Dirty
Sure, why
20.
not?
Or can he give me the help action? One of the two. What's his perception stats? Are they better than mine?
No.
He's a prisoner on this realm, so he doesn't know a lot of the realm. I guess that if on his realm he has a high perception, he doesn't know what to pay attention to in this realm.
Okay. Is he helping me or is he rolling his own roll?
I'm gonna go with his own role because he wouldn't know how to help you.
Fair
He's
enough.
not paying attention, so...
I got an 11 then.
Alright, Fisher, you said you had what?
20.
Alright, Jorg?
I got 27.
Oh, wow.
God damn, Jorg.
Remy?
Yeah, that was one of the maximum.
Just 25.
Alright. Damn! Jorg beat Remy in perception!
Oh
I
my
mean,
god.
in fairness, Jork is actually also closer to that entry.
Yeah.
Mm,
So I feel like at least the dice made things make sense.
Yes. The dice made things have sense. Yeah.
I was running how quickly he could smash every crate in this room with before dying.
So I'd say, how much did you say you rolled, Fisher?
20.
20. Okay. In that case, it's right on brand. Audience, you are completely unaware of what the others will hear. And the magical sprite rolled an unmagical one. I was going to say a magical one because I said magical sprite.
So in classic fashion, audience across the map is gonna have no idea, and they're gonna. So it's fair enough.
You don't. So Remy, Fisher, and Jorg, you're not hearing something clear, but you're hearing Arunak's voice yell something about something. And you know that he said he was gonna go try and get audience to make sure he didn't die alone somewhere.
That would be unfortunate.
The golem's probably back out.
I mean, Arnak is stuck with the golem, isn't he? Poor Arnak.
If he stays at the end of that hallway, he might not be able to get to it.
Who knows?
I will cast message.
Okay.
Which can get to him.
It's 60 feet in distance?
It's 120.
120. Okay, good. Because I was going to say, if it's 60 feet in distance, he's 65 feet away right now. So 120, that's good.
Are you yelling about the golem being out there? And if so, are you able to sit somewhere it can't reach you while we try and figure this out?
The answer you get from him is, well, it starts with a "Ugh! Yes! No! He can apparently walk into tight space somehow! Ugh! That's the answer you get.
Alright.
Tell him to chuck his acorn into the room with me. Try and get it near the door. Maybe I can grab it if he's about to die.
Or it can squeeze into that small space. It can squeeze into this small space. So we should run out and fight. I would sigh if sighing's a thing Fisher did, and then grab my weapons and rush out the door. Jorg, remember last time? Take down their shield if you can.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna head out to and be ready with my spell.
Right.
You said it seemed like it came back in 10 to 15 minutes.
Remy would be able to tell you that. Not me. Remy would.
I think you guys should
Remy,
take
how
out
long
the
was that? As I run back. Taking out the
a 10-minute
defenses is going to
refractory
take.
is a pretty. Wow, a 10-minute refractory is pretty quick.
That is pretty quick.
From inside of you, Fisher, you hear Terranad say, "Now, does that mean it's exactly 10 minutes, or does it mean it's the closest thing he knows to the time it actually takes?"
I'm not going to think about that. I've got other stuff to do.
As you're running. Okay. Okay.
He's blocking it out. All right, everybody, Naruto run.
Yeah, give me a moment. I am.
Killing Ornak because we're taking too long.
No, I think he's gonna survive.
killing Ornak. Well, technically he won't die. He'll just be returned to.
Yeah, but he's nice to have.
He is nice to have. Audience is not coming to join you, so you're gonna do the second golem fight also without audience.
I think I'm just going to put him in a box and try and solve the thing before he gets out.
Nope. Audience is stuck behind a trap. He's not coming back.
Okay. Okay. Alright, so you start running, which means I'll take Remy's token and go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Now, do you go through the laboratory, or are you taking the path that you know around the laboratory?
I'm going through the lab. Can I see him from E10 through the lab?
From E10, you'd be able. You don't see him, but you see the back of the golem.
Like half the golem?
Yeah, but there's a weird element to when you're looking at him. It feels like there's distortion around him, as if some sort of displacement. Reality seems to bend around him.
Got stronger.
So is it
Displacement.
that he fits in tight spaces? Or do tight spaces fit around him? Anyways.
I'm assuming I've seen the spell blur in that kind of way, or in a
In a way that, Jorg, did you say what you just said out loud or not?
Sure, yeah.
In a way that makes Jorg feel like he's making sense. Is it him that's pushing tight space away, or tight space that is conforming to his size? In other words, he can squeeze a round peg into a square hole with ease.
Though, does that also mean that he's still technically squeezing?
I would assume it doesn't.
That's where it's difficult to say for sure. But it does seem that
I
there
can
is...
confirm it easily. It's like Raimi is going to make a bow attack on him. Do I get advantage or not?
You'd be attacking from behind. I'll give you advantage. Yeah.
I want to try.
Well, no,
looking
I'm
at
asking
him also
because
through-
I'm not hidden. It's like
Okay.
But if a creature is squeezing, then attacks made against the squeezed creature have advantage.
Okay. No, he's in that case. No, you do not feel you have advantage on that attack, which
Fine.
would mean that as much as Remy hates, really, my phone is almost dead. Okay, which means as much as Remy hates to say this, Jorg may have been right. Reality is bending around it.
Well, regardless, I get the thing's attention. I still have to make an attack roll.
And I want to look at it through my crystal, or just like through the.
Oh wow! What would you see through that crystal?
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. I feel like I just see basically the same thing. Like, would I see him in his normal size, or would everything push look like he's small and everything that's normal?
Incidentally, does a 26 hit the golem?
Most likely. Just let me check. I'm sure at 90% that it does. Hold on. Yes, it does. It's D6 or D8. Okay. Well, I'll start a bit the music. Just do not have too many moments where there's nothing being said.
At any rate, it's 33 force damage. I'm assuming I still get sneak attack because he's next to Oranak, or presumably next to Oranak.
Yes, because of that, yes. So you said 36?
It's why I wasn't too bummed if I wasn't rolling with advantage.
Okay. So you said 36. And how much damage is that?
Thirty.
36.
36.
Oh, that was with the
I think it was
sneak
with
attack.
I think it was
Okay,
with,
okay.
I think it was with.
Sorry, I understood that it was without. I was waiting for the damage.
Don't be-
What? Excuse you, like what rogue is
I don't
making a non-sneak attack that has that high of a damage count?
I don't know.
I don't even think I can achieve that with a Shadow Blade.
You might have tried to pour as much magic as you could into the sorcerer's bow. I don't know.
I have to declare that beforehand.
Okay, good. All right. Then, okay, that's 36, and he's gonna go all out with this, which means it's.
Are we in initiative? What's going on?
That's a good question.
I'm gonna put him in a box as soon as I can actually see him. Because if it only takes 10 to 15 minutes for him to recharge again, I might as well spend 10 to 15 minutes having it
Okay.
bounce around in the box.
Yeah, I've put you all inside of the corridor. Jorg is the one that has the least line of sight. You could probably run to the next point where you may be able to see it, or you can stay there. Or if Remy doesn't mind, you can just tower over him because he's, you have a good head over his, so you'd be able to
I was
cast
just
from behind him.
rushing. I was as soon as I decided to go, I was running straight to the golem to put him in a box.
Okay. So you
So
would have
however
kept
I
on
can
going.
get to him to see all of him.
Box.
So, well, you can see him from where you are all the way to the other side of the library, not the library, the laboratory, but you are 35 feet away from him. Can you use that box from there?
Yeah. Let me. What is
Because
the
if
range?
you use your
120 feet.
all right, because if you dash, you won't be able to do anything this turn.
Hmm.
No, the
Ball
box
force
is a
has a
very
range of 120 feet.
Yeah, Ox has a long range. Ox has too long a range. In my opinion.
All right,
But it's
you can certainly use the box. So this.
what's in the
I wonder how much
box?
control he has.
What?
Probably not much control over like the spatial distortion.
I think it's
Like,
golem
what
has
if he
zero
just makes the
control.
box
I think it's
bigger
all
than-
from the magic.
Yeah, it seems like it's just when he tries to get through somewhere, it just
Yeah.
fits
Yeah,
him.
nothing can get through all of force with self-plant.
All right, Arunak
Yeah,
defended
but what if he makes the
himself.
box big enough to engulf all of us?
What?
But if it,
That's not what?
yeah, well, I was thinking about if he could distort space, and
I don't
but
think.
I don't think he can.
I
do
think
that.
he's just not confined by the spaces of this room, so that he can go
Yeah.
everywhere and isn't
Yeah.
a bad security measure that can't reach half the spots in the room.
Yeah, that would be a bit of an issue.
Yeah.
I feel like the wizard would be smart enough to probably have seen that as a potential.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, you can try and throw the box. Arunak just tried to defend himself, caused some damage to the golem. Because we're technically in turn, but not in turn. But something was done for everyone. This turn, we can skip initiative. But if we keep on attacking next one, we'll have to do initiative.
Mhm.
All right, Fisher, put him in a box.
Yeah, I cause a wall of force and enclose him in a box
Nice.
of wall of force.
Okay. Is there a save? Is there a...
Nope.
Okay.
Nope. It's
Wall
fucked
of
up.
force is just you put up the wall in panels, and they last for the duration, and nothing can physically pass through the wall. Immune to all damage, can't be dispelled. Extends into the ethereal plane. Only destroyed by disintegrate.
Yep.
All right. So
Can't be teleported out of.
Technically-
Goddamn.
technically, this is where the golem should have been. It's going to appear on the map in a moment. But because of the magic twisting everything, that 4 space fit inside of that 10 feet by 10 feet space actually was fitting inside of that 5 feet by 5 feet space. Yep. At least have to put it on an actual square. Alright, so you throw it around them and it closes around it. Just as it was raising its fist to try and attack Arunak again, and it goes.
Come on, do it. Why won't?
You have a golem in jail for 10 minutes, guys.
Alright, we got 10 minutes to figure out this fucking thing. And then I run
Alright.
back to the security system.
Can Oradak get around the wall of force to get back to you guys, or no?
Here's the problem, and they couldn't see it from the other side, but he is in front of the door because Arunak stepped back through the door to try and get some protection, and it didn't work. So the wall of
nope.
force is covering the door itself. Audience,
Help,
you don't
Ordak.
know, but you are trapped within this part of the sanctum with Arunak.
That's okay. Audience is exactly where he wants to be.
Alright, so
He's not trapped. They're trapped in here with him. I mean, sorry.
what, you mean Arunak is trapped in here with you? Yeah, well, yeah,
No,
that's always been
I was
the
actually,
problem.
I was more talking to the fairy, but
Okay.
no way in, no way out.
You don't hear a lot from Arunak from all the way to the other side. You're hoping he's still alive. But since you saw the golem raise his hand to strike again, you feel like he's still alive, but you don't know in what condition. Because remember, any strike he gave with his fist removes the hit point he may have. So he may be in a very bad shape which can't be healed for now.
Well, yeah, I can't do anything wrong. I'm running back to the thing to try and figure out how this shit works.
Okay. Alright. So, which means...
Audience it was gonna have tried something, by the way, while they were fighting.
Okay. Which was what?
Since Audience doesn't really have a way to detect and disarm the traps, he's like, if the traps are only a one-time or rechargeable use, he wants to set off as many so you can kind of get a judge of what has traps. So he wants to use his lightning breath and lightning breath the room in front of him to hit as much as possible.
So you...
Audience is left.
You essentially want to do a sweeping arc of the entire room with your lightning breath. Is that it?
Yes, I do. And then I want to shut the door in case there's a large explosion.
Let me roll, because
I think
really
I might
have
be
to roll
killing.
for
I
that.
think I might be killing the DM.
Maybe a little bit. We're just along for the ride on this mission.
Oh, okay. Interesting result.
Let me make. Well, I guess the roll just happens automatically. So I'll tell you what the damage I do. I don't use my what's that, 60? So it's just the 68 or the 60-10. I'm sorry, 60-10. Pretty solid roll. Audience is going to do 37 points of lightning damage in a sweeping arc along the room, hitting as many things as he can.
Okay.
And then ducking behind the door while shutting it in case there's a large explosion from the many potentially dangerous elements he assumes are in this room.
Right. So, while you're doing this, Jorg, Remy, and Fisher, you all decided to go back to the little room at the top.
That's where the thing that it looks like we're looking for is. So.
Okay. Okay. Remy, do you follow Fisher?
So, well, it would probably be better to have two people working on the security system rather than just the one.
Okay.
I feel like,
Jorg?
and he also feels like Jorg would just get lost.
Jorg, what do you want to do?
So
I know-
Oranek is trapped with.
Yeah, on the other side of an impassable wall.
We are split. You cannot now get to audience Ornak and the fairy.
You might be able to do it with
Yeah.
magic, but without using magic, no, you can't. You can just wave Orunak, maybe. Wave at Orunak.
Cast spells through. Can I cast spells through the wall of force?
It would have to be able to go on another plane and then come back to the other side on
Okay,
this plane.
Then I will just leave Oranek to his fate.
Well, right now his fate is not being beaten up, but also not being able to go anywhere. That's there are worse fates.
Okay. So
Personally, I think
I don't
that
know.
would be Fate Apocrypha. But
So Jorg, where do you want to go?
What was Fisher doing again?
Fisher and Remy are trying to figure out the device in the hope of
Exactly.
deactivating the golem and whatever protection is preventing you all from being teleported out.
Yeah, I guess I'll use an action to assist them if they're not already using
Well,
assists.
because
Or I'll
of
just use
of abilities and how D&D works, casting come on.
Because I can.
Casting guidance,
Guidance?
would probably
give
be
guidance.
what would help them the most.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna do. I'm just gonna cast guidance on them.
Which is going to help Remy concentrate, hearing prayers for him and Fisher from Jorg, and Jorg and Fisher and Remy are going to try and figure this out. All right, so as you all go back in and you all look at this small device, you also see some arcane writing on the device that weren't there before. Because Fisher, you are actually a wizard now, you can quickly recognize what kind of writing this is. The machine, which is taking care of this level of defense, has recognized that the golem is in a problematic situation. It is trying to figure out a way around what you are doing.
So this is a full-on magical computer automated thing.
It has
That
some
can
level
problem
of arcane intelligence, yes. Probably not sentient, or if it is, it's because there are some component coming from another realm, like Terranad. He is a crystal lattice that is sentient, but it's not like you.
You guys are so lucky audience is not there. He'd be hitting it with a hammer already.
Yeah.
What does this thing actually look like? Like, what am I actually looking at? What kind of interface does it have? What kind of controls
it's made
does
out
it
of
have?
metal. You're not sure which kind of metal, but the color screams either copper or, oh goodness, what is it called in English?
Bronze.
No. That one I would know in French and English. Hold on.
describe it.
Yeah, roughly the same color as brass, but it's not. No.
Well, the three main metals that are like really close to each other are brass, bronze, and copper.
Oh, okay. No, sorry. I was thinking of
Brass.
something else. Yeah, brass. Either copper or brass. I really, it's that word in French. Okay.
So brass has a golden,
Oh,
or more of like a golden brown color, whereas
yeah,
uh,
yeah, no, that's okay. I just asked Google the translation for laiton, and yes, it's brass. Sorry, I didn't know.
I mean,
Um,
honestly, the only reason I know any of this is because for my own campaign, I had to look up the 3 different metals to like get inspiration for uh,
okay,
dragon NPCs at a later point.
okay. So yeah, copper or brass. The casing of it, there are a lot of, like I said, knobs, small levers, buttons of various color. They do seem crystalline in nature for the buttons and the knobs, the lever metal with some sort of color at the end of it. Some of them do have characters, but you get the impression easily that it's relevant for the wizard, but not for you. You're not sure what that symbol relates to. It's probably part of the design, just to make sure that he knows how to operate it. So on top of that casing, there's a small section where there is a clear screen, probably made out of quartz, and it serves as a display of a variety of glowing colors, which, just judging by how they glow right now, feels like you just disappear. Are you still there? Okay.
Yeah,
Feels
sorry.
like energy displays. So here we have rectangles going up and down. For him, they're little orbs, just glowing brighter or dimmer, depending on the energy reading. Um, then it just stops there, and there's another plate coming from the center. And this is where you have the display for the golem. All around it, there are prisms which are turning on themselves. And you get the impression from the light that you saw that a lot of this is an integral part of the golem. The protection that he got, you saw this shimmer of light reflecting around it. The distortion that you were seeing as he was moving, it was the same type of color of distortion that you'd see from those prisms. So it makes it difficult to know, are they separate from it or part of it. And right at the center of it is where the golem was, and now he is not. So this is the entire machine itself. So it obviously is, a big part of it is to take care of the golem, but because of the display, you get the feeling that it is also taking care of a few other things. Since there are 5 little color blobs on it, you get the feeling that it's taking care of 5 different protective elements of this sanctum.
What are the colors?
They when they're completely full, they're completely green. When they are almost dim, they are a very faded yellow color. So they do go from green to yellow in fading color as they, you think, get weaker.
Okay. But they're constantly kind of changing and like bouncing out.
Yeah, but not going completely dark. You know, one of them is just losing a little bit of color, going back up, losing a little. But there is a variable, but some of them go really small and then go back to normal. Some of them are very small right now. So some protection are mildly active while others are completely active.
These light things, are they just like lights on the display, or are they like gems, or
You can't be sure unless you want to remove the display and look under it. The display is sort of quartz that is very slightly frosty. So you're not sure if it's actually a light under it projecting this color, or if it's actual pure raw magic that you can see being reflected.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want a few minutes to think about it while I go back to audience and see if the entire laboratory explodes?
Can I make an Arcana check about?
You can make an Arcana check. You can make it with advantage if Remy's there, and you can add Jorg's prayers, guidance to your roll.
That I will do.
Amy just immediately starts playing around with the plates, desperately trying to get it quickly enough so Jorg will stop.
Jorg particularly rattly.
Oh, one off from the maximum I could have rolled.
All right.
Because I rolled a 19 and then a 4 on the guidance. So that's 23 plus 35?
Damn! You feel inspired. For some reason, this mechanical thing makes sense to you. You feel a sort of kinship toward this device.
You start,
I will say
you start caressing its motherboard gently.
Are you mine
35 with Terranad, because he's on Arcana right now. It would be a 31 before his bonus.
Yeah, so he even helps you. You know, anything above 30 is a lot.
I believe that's the impossible DC.
Yeah, essentially, yes.
Nearly impossible. I think impossible winds up being
don't
like
roll it.
40.
Well, because it always increased by increments of 5, and you rolled a total of 35, I'd say that you just rolled enough to be able to succeed an impossible roll.
But I only say 40 is the impossible roll just because
Actually,
the maximum that a character can roll without a bonus is 37.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, you need the 8 of
Yeah,
magic.
it stopped at 30, and it's nearly impossible. So, if we say that impossible roll can actually be solved, then you rolled exactly enough to be able to do an impossible roll. You're looking at this, and
impossible, see the visible. Roll, fight the wizard.
What's happening? I've never done that before.
Oh my god, I haven't heard that. I forgot about that song.
You look at all the knobs, and for a brief moment, all of this makes sense. You recognize every element of the machine. It's as if some higher power just whispered the answer in your ear. The prism around it are part of the machine, and they are almost every single protection this golem has. And here's the thing, the golem is actually here on the plate. It is being projected from the plate. So it is as much not an illusion as it is an illusion. It is both at the same time.
All right.
The prism are what is projecting him from this plate to anywhere inside of this laboratory, which is why he can squeeze through tight space, because he's not actually there, he's actually in front of you. Mm-hmm. All of the little displays on this, for a brief moment, it makes sense. The machine is trying to figure out how to get the golem out, so it's not going to be one of the strongest little dots. So you identify one of 2 dots possible, which means it's probably the golem at mid-strength. There's one dot that is almost completely out, which means it's a defense right now that is not active. Okay. which means only 2 dots are left. 2 strong ones. Those 2, one of them is most likely what is preventing all of you from teleporting out. You don't know what the last one is. You're guessing it's probably a defense in one of the rooms you haven't entered in. So either in the laboratory, in the library, or the resting area where you saw all the mimics. You're looking at all the knobs and they are grouped up, which means you know which one affect which signals. The only element you can't figure out is it gonna help or hinder to raise that lever or lower it because it's at the center. That button, if you push it completely down, is it going to activate or turn off something? It's the only thing you can't figure out. You are almost sure which of the 2 groupings will turn down the protection to from teleporting in and out. You know which group of button may prevent the last defense that hasn't been activated to activate. And you're pretty sure that one of those 2 lights is the golem. So a grouping of button of one of those 2 will turn off the golem. You're just not sure which one and in what order.
All right, so I've basically deciphered what corresponds to what defense, but I don't know what the controls do to affect that defense.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I guess
I'd say probably there's a good chance that a light that is completely full, those buttons right now are in a configuration which pushes it to its maximum. So they're at full power. So lowering them, turning them to the other side, pushing them to one side will most likely dim them. And the one that is completely closed, the configuration of button under it is most likely what is making it closed. So rising them, pushing them will boost them up, will activate it. The only 2 that you can't be sure are those that are at mid strength. One of them is the golem. These button, anything could go. Turn it right, turn it left, push it, pull it, twist it, pop it. You don't know what is going to increase or decrease the power in there.
Above table, I think it would actually be a reasonable expectation that if we can figure out what causes the level to lower for the ones that are maximum, like that same methodology will also make sure that we're not accidentally fucking up when we're doing the mid ones in particular. Because we literally can't make it worse if it's already at maximum. So that's why those are the best ones to do the tests.
Yeah. Are all the control configurations, are they different, or do they look like they're the same thing in different positions?
No, it's most of them are different.
Okay. I will go, Remy, memorize that configuration there on the one that's off in case it does turn on. We make sure we remember how to turn it off again.
So, if you want to know, in front of you, the display, the clear display, there's 5 glowing elements to it, under it. The first one is at completely full, so completely green. The one after that is at mid. The one after that, full. The one after that, nearly empty. And the last one, mid. The mids are probably the golems, you think. One of the 2 is the golem. The fulls, one of the 2 is most likely what's preventing you from being teleported out. You don't know what the empty one is. It's most likely a defense that hasn't been activated yet.
Yeah, so I will look at that one specifically, how the controls are set as they are currently, and try and
Okay.
remember that, and point Raimi at the same spot too, in case that does turn on. I want to be able to turn it back off. And
So
then
It would also
essentially,
probably help if you just had a minor illusion off to the side of that configuration, because minor illusion lasts for a whole minute.
yeah, you can just
They can
recast
just keep
it and
refreshing
recast
it.
it and recast it. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, we'll do that. And then I will start messing with the. I feel like I want to. Maybe I want to start with the mid ones while it's in the box. And if it does go brighter, we could like figure that out, and we shouldn't. Consequences wise, it should be still in the
Okay.
full force.
So the ones
I
that are
mean-
at mid strength are the second and fifth one. Which one of the two you want to mess with? One of them is the golem.
That case, yeah, there's two. So I'm gonna do what Rami suggested first and go for one of the full ones.
Okay.
And since it's already full, I'm basically just gonna start messing with the buttons, knobs,
There's everything on each one. It's not the same
a
configuration.
full DJ board.
Button, knobs, levers, switches.
I mean, even if each one is different, it would be very stupid of anybody to make them too different from each other.
Yeah,
So once you've learned
design
how one or
concepts
two
are
of them work,
usually universal within a closed system.
so if we learn like one or two of them, then it should stand to reason that there should at least be some flowing connections to the other three that we haven't tested.
All right. Yeah, I will start flipping stuff, sliding stuff.
All right. We're gonna go to audience while you're doing that. Audience. The only question
Yes.
that I will ask is: do you start your sweeping arc attack on this entire room from the left or from the right?
Where was the big pillar?
The casing that is 15 feet long is to your right. And
I would start on
immediately
the
to your
right, 'cause
left,
I'd
there's
wanna-
a whole bunch of crystals.
I'd want to know the ones on the right more. Also, all the crystals make me more nervous about sweeping.
Okay. Okay. So you
I'm
start...
also doing this. Let me describe how I'm doing this. So I'm literally peeking my head. I put the fairy behind the door. I'm peeking my head around the door, like so the beam goes and I can do the sweep. But I can also the rest of my body's already behind cover, and I can peek back very quickly behind full cover.
Oh, yeah, no. I wasn't imagining you entering the room and just doing that. Audience has grown wiser with time. Level 1 audience might have done that, but I was hoping that level 12 audience would.
Yeah, no. Level 12 is taking some precautions to protect life.
Okay. So, you do that sweeping arc, trying to get everything you can if possible. Because it's a cone, it eventually just goes... You hear things starting to distort, starting to pop. A whole bunch of saving throws I had started, but okay. You immediately close the door when you start hearing humming and vibration in the room, and it starts spreading from inside the room to the wall near you. You push the door closed, and there's a very, very brief moment where you're looking at the door and you're remembering how thin it looked, and you're no longer convinced that that door is going to be enough. Now, there is a pressure chamber 2 rooms back, which is designed to contain huge amount of energy. If you're not scared of taking the damage of running there once again, that would probably protect you very well, or you're confident that the wall is strong. It will protect you.
No, I would what I would do is I'd put the fairy behind me because I don't want it, and I'd get my shield out, and I'd kind of do the thing where I pretty much put my entire body behind the shield against the corner of the wall, so the least amount of me is covered, and stay away from the door and kind of see what happens. Because I also feel like naturally the heat's gonna go down the hall towards the pressure chamber, but if I put myself in the corner to the far right, like it might be very hot if it's something like fire, but at least less of the actual force of the thing will hit me, where if I'm running down the hall and the door explodes, I might get hit by the full force of the thing coming out if I don't reach the chamber in time.
Okay. So you move there. You feel the rumbling, you feel vibration everywhere, and actually, even from where you are, Fisher, there's a brief moment where you touch one knob and then suddenly you feel a vibration in the floor. Remy feels it. Yeah, you're there saying, did I just cause that? But I just turned it. Oh God, audience. And
do I see the nearly empty one light up?
Not now, but
okay.
You may in a few moments. Audience, the wall seems to be coming apart. You see light coming from the door. You feel the bricks on the wall being vibrated loose. The door seems to be losing integrity in front of you, as you just hear things on the other side of the door go.
I might have created a black hole, guys. My bad.
Whoopsie.
Suddenly, the door just explodes, and as there's a brief moment where your mind goes, I'm so good, and then you start feeling that energy going out, but it is following the shape of the door, burning the sides of the wall, going in a cone shape, not touching you, but you can feel the pressure of the energy that everything's been released. It's cold, it's icy, it smells really bad. You can feel the ozone in it. Obviously, a lot of elemental energy is being mixed into that. And after all of that power just comes out, goes through that hall into the next room, pours outside.
Or a neck. Trapped or a neck.
There's a brief moment where the energy going through the door dissipates, and you sort of feel like the vacuum of being next to a dragon after the breath came out. You know, the air just taking back its place after all of that matter and energy has been expelled. But the suction doesn't end. There's an element that just feels like, and you start seeing debris just slowly being dragged back in. Make a strength saving throw for me, please.
Yeah, I can do that. I'm gonna dig my shield into the ground. Try and hold against the wall. As a 13.
13. It is powerful. You feel that suction. Fortunately, you're behind the wall, so part of the suction isn't taking hold of you all that well. Your shield being stuck in the ground allows you to not being pulled in, but there is a strong doubt in your mind that if you try to go inside of that room, you may be pulled in whatever that is that's pulling things inside. You are not sure.
So it's not stop. So it's not like stop. It doesn't like stop.
No, it just keeps.
All right, I'm gonna orb the guys.
Fisher, you have a brief moment where the knob that was the light that was nearly dark suddenly flares up, goes all the way from yellow to green to red, and you see some of the buttons turning by themselves and switches flipping by themselves, and you start feeling heat from the section of this console.
I'm breaking the computer.
I'm gonna go. God damn it! And then immediately using the minor illusion I had right next to it, try and put it back to the way it was.
There's a message that appears in front of the console, right above it.
Mm-hmm.
It's asking if you're sure you want to do this. It's not recommended.
Maybe it's going to give a thumbs up.
Yeah.
Above table, the reasoning being that if this is an AI trying to respond to a problem or an issue, then of course it's going to say any adjustment is going to not be recommended.
Yeah, when you're...
Mm-hmm.
Think about it when you're in Star Trek. You know,
Antivirus
you're exceeding safety protocol. Are you sure you want to do this?
Fuck it, yeah.
Are you sure you want to download Big Tit Girls 25?
Yeah.
Okay. You start pushing and pulling everything back to the configuration that they once had. Audience, the sucking feeling that was fighting you becomes... It's hard to describe. Less violent, but stronger. It no longer feels like a... like you're being sucked out of an airlock after an explosion, but it's not violent like this anymore. It's stabilized, but the pull is stronger.
I see.
You're a little bit more confident that you may be able to react to it because it's not as violent as it was, but your confidence of how long you can stay in that room just went down.
Yeah. Do I feel like I could look in the room while holding onto the wall from the other side and like be okay to like pull myself back just so I can even see what's happening?
From how powerful the whole thing was, I'd say you mostly feel confident. You know, sort of, I'm 75% sure that the wall won't collapse if I lean on it too heavily. Okay. 75% sure.
I am gonna look inside. I'm gonna inch forward with my shield, ready to react. You know what I'm gonna do? Actually, I'm gonna use an action to open my portal to another dimension, so I could jump into it to see if the effect isn't. Actually, first I'll test. I want to step into my alternate dimension and see if the effect is still pulling through an alternate dimension.
Okay, so you open it up, you enter. While you're in there and the door is open, you can still feel the pull out. The pull from something else. But you also know that when the door is open, the air is shared with the outside.
Yeah.
So,
But is it as strong or is it less strong because I'm like in an alternate?
while the door is open, it doesn't feel less strong.
Okay, so that wouldn't be... Okay, but I could probably shut the door, so it'd still be... Okay, I'm going to kind of re-close the door, step back out. I'm going to try and walk closer, reopen it right behind the wall so I could jump in if need be. On like a reaction, then I'm going to peek my head around to look into the room.
Okay, so essentially what you're trying to do is reopen it where I put the rainbow dot. Is that it?
Yeah, I'm trying to reopen it right on the other side of the wall. So basically, I have a place to jump back into if, like, I feel like I'm losing my grip or the pull's too strong. So I can, like, step back into it and shut the door.
Okay. You just shove your hand on the other side and you try and unzip this so that it opens. There's a brief moment when you shove your hand outside, you feel the pull and it hurts just a little bit. You know, you feel like the muscles in your shoulder just go, and you open it. Oh, you're going to feel that tomorrow, but not right now. So who cares? As if something was pulling on your arm the wrong way it's supposed to bend. For a brief moment.
Alright, what does the room look like?
So you step
After I blew up everything.
The room looks like a blast zone. You're not sure exactly what was in those crates, but a lot of them are gone. There's a huge... Well, it's not the astronomical phenomenon, but it's a hole and it's black, where the crystals were. And this is where everything is being drawn inside. On the other side, there was a crate, you remember there. It's not there anymore, but it's spewing fire non-stop, as if it was supposed to be an everlasting fire, and now the flame is just being drawn inside, so you just see a flamethrower line going from the other end of the room right into that black hole that is right behind you. You see something sparkling. Also on the other side of the room to the right, just very faint, very icy colored sparkle just going up and being absorbed. The wood is gone. There's blast mark on the walls everywhere. The desk that was supposed to be at the entrance is no longer there. The huge 15 feet long container is still there, but it's slightly bent, giving you the impression that it was anchored on the floor, and the whole thing just jostled it and pushed it back and forth and bent it. The glasses on top of it broke, allowing you to see inside. What you see doesn't necessarily make a whole lot of sense. You do see the needle you're looking for, but instead of being 50 feet long, it's 15 feet long. But there are weird elements because of all the debris floating around, because of how things broke. There is a weird shift in perspective from one of the broken parts going inside. On the outside, it's normal, but the part of it bending toward the inside goes smaller as it's bending inward. So you're not sure if it's an illusion, if it's a storing device, if it's another plane, but things seem smaller inside of the casing than outside.
Anyway, I'll take a picture for GnomeTube and also message the guys. I'll tag it with how audience heists go.
So basically, you got audience turned toward the needle he's looking for. You see all of those debris and whatever clothes he has or hair he has being pulled on one side, and you just see him go. On the picture that you receive.
Now, I will also call the guys. I'll be like, so I created a black hole, but I also think I set off all the traps in between us and the needle. I also found the needle.
Needle?
It's kept in some kind of like what I think was an alternate dimension or kind of like a giant bag of holding to shrink it down. But that broke when I set off the massive explosion that I just set off that created the black hole. Basically, I lightning breathed the whole room and set off every possible trap, which basically blew up the entire room, the hallway, and almost everything here and in between.
Yeah,
So
we
that's
saw
what
that.
that was.
I did something to it. You triggered the last defense mechanism that wasn't fully powered yet. It immediately went to full power. I set it back, or tried to. It kind of gave me a warning.
It's not destructive. I think it's just it can't be reversed. Because now there's not like a violent stuff happening. It's just there's a constant heavy black hole pull, basically. In the ring.
Is that
Okay.
a defense mechanism, or is that just...
I think it's possibly that I had set off some kind of self-destruct thing and you stabilized it, but it's like still slowly self-destructing, just at a much slower rate.
All right, I'm assuming, is it pulling the pillar into it?
No, it broke. I think the pillar's okay for now. I wouldn't necessarily say it'd be okay for like multiple days because it was anchored and it tilted it and also broke the dimensional space. But I don't think the pillar's going anywhere immediately. I think the harder part now is going to be getting to the pillar. But I did set off all the traps, so I don't think there are traps to worry about anymore. I think now we just more have to worry about not being pulled into this final thing while we get the pillar.
Make an Arcana roll, Fisher, for me, please.
All right. Pray for me, George.
I'm praying for you. You got a D4. I just think it's funny that my druid spell helped understand a computer.
Natural 20.
Natural 20,
First-
wow.
Oh.
Yeah, you are
on-
inspired by
the,
all this.
on the guidance. So that's
I mean, if you get
So
really
clutch.
technical, you could theoretically
33.
make a circuit board from like carbon. It just would like break
Mhm.
easily.
I think we actually
Yeah.
have found the computer that Fisher's related to with these Arcana rolls he's rolling on it. The dude understands his computer better than he understands his own mechanisms. With a 34 and a 30.
Fisher, maybe you should take the
Yeah.
console back
channeling my
home.
inner cyborg.
You should probably take the console back home. I think you found your girlfriend.
This is actually his soulmate. He just found.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So, with the description that audience is giving you, you think you figured out what that security thing was. It's meant to contain. So, if someone wanted to set off a huge explosion in here to try and destroy walls or doing things like this, that was meant to prevent that. Which means that the reason why it became less aggressive for audience is basically because the protection was creating a smaller hole for matter to get through, and now you deactivated it. So basically, wherever that hole is going, there's no more protection. It's really a hole leading to somewhere else, no longer covered by the magic of this place. And you know that holes can work both ways. You can go in and things can come out.
Uh-huh.
We created a dimensional.
All right. Keep an eye on the audience. Something might come out. We don't know where that goes, but essentially it's a portal.
And so the third Eldritch War started, and Terry met his
Yeah,
match.
exactly.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not going anywhere. Mostly because I can't, really. Also, Ornak might be dead. I might have killed him. But we'll see.
Permanently killed or like sent him?
No, not
I'm-
permanently killed. But a large amount of energy went into the room he was trapped in.
It sounds like that's stable, so I'm gonna go back to trying to figure out the golem before it gets out of its
Yeah, we
box.
should make sure that there's still protection around the golem, and we didn't just.
If the Gauntlet comes for me, I'm throwing him in the hole.
Fisher?
Rami, how long's it been? I need to get a stopwatch. I really do.
That should probably be very easy for a gnome to make. You'd guess, Remy, that right now it's been maybe 5 or 6 minutes. What is probably more worrisome right now is that the console is seemingly figuring out how to get around what Fisher has made to make the golem trapped. Because you're detecting something. There's movement in those prisms. There's new calculation appearing where the warning that the golem was trapped was. So the machine might have figured something out.
So currently, all of the levels are back to how they were before, or are there? Okay.
And with how long were we able to play with the?
5 minutes, roughly.
Okay, did we figure anything out? Were we able to like lower the full ones? I would have just started with the first one, probably.
Okay, well, yeah, you did figure out a few things. The buttons are really just a switch on-off, meaning that whatever position they are right now represent being at full capacity or no capacity at all. It's an element that just needs to be... and usually fully pushed mean that it's completely active. Not pushed mean that it's not active. So switches are a bit different. Switches and lever are a bit different because since they do have degrees, some elements of this may be adjustable. So maybe pushing the lever completely up is good for some things, and placing it at the center good for other things. Buttons which can be turned, twisted, probably react to frequencies or something like this. So once again, it helps a little bit because you're trying to create a hole in the defense, allowing you to teleport out, which means frequencies would probably be very important. So if you mess that up completely, you may actually create the hole that you want. How does this all translate to you? I've lowered the DC if you try to make an Arcana roll.
All right. Seeing that it's trying to free the or do something with the golem right now. I think I'm gonna swap over to the golem and start trying to turn it off, essentially.
Okay. You have two choices for the golem: the second one or the fifth one. Both of them are at mid strength.
Have they been changing at all?
One of them has remained constant the whole throughout everything you did. That's the fifth one. The second one has been gaining slowly.
I'll start trying to turn down the second one.
Okay.
Buddy.
You do your best to turn knobs, trying to remove power from it. You have a brief moment of, I hope it works. Small Arcana roll to see if you manage this properly.
What's your big Arcana roll?
You don't need it extremely big. You don't need to succeed an impossible task.
I'm just making a
That's
joke.
okay. I still got a 28.
28. All right, you're fairly confident, especially when you're doing this, and you feel like you've managed this probably within the last 5 seconds of this thing, because you recognize the machine starting to figure out ways to go through dimensions and extract the golem from there, and it starts its process just as you turn one knob and you see the light of the part of the console just go very, very, very small and completely close, and you see the golem reappearing on the plate in front of you.
On the plate?
Yeah.
Okay.
The prisms around it stops turning, and it is just there, not doing anything. You'd estimate that the prism stopping turning means that it can no longer be projected anywhere. The golem itself hasn't been destroyed, but it can no longer project it anywhere it wants.
All right. When it's on, I'm picturing basically like an action figure on this plate. Is
Okay,
that
yeah.
essentially what this is?
Yeah. It's not a bad visual.
All right. Is there any kind of? It doesn't appear to be active.
No.
Is there any kind of like magical distortion around it currently?
No. Well, you do see a faint shimmer around places where there were physical damage to it. But that's it.
I'm kind of trying to see it. Is this like the real size of this thing? And when it gets projected, it also becomes like bigger? Or is it still physically right there now? Or is it still in some kind of
Your
weird
guess
spatial
would be
thing?
50-50. There's a 50% chance that this actually is the golem. And there's a chance that it's actually just a mirror of a dimensional storage somewhere else. The difference being, if you reach and try and grab it, if it's actually there, you're going to be grabbing the golem. If it's not, it could hurt like hell, because your hand's going to start going through dimensional layers and you don't know how to protect yourself.
Mage hand?
Go for it. I don't.
The mage
know
hand
that
doesn't
one.
take damage.
All right.
If you want to go for it, I don't know mage hand, so
No, but Remy does.
I believe in you.
You reach toward it, and with the mage hand, and it grabs it directly on the pedestal that's there. So the golem is actually physically there. And the size
Maybe
is
looks to Fisher
1 feet tall.
and wants to give either a thumbs up or a thumbs down.
Wants to give, or you looking for one from me? Or
Yeah, he's
thumbs
like
up?
that. Raimi looks at you, thumbs up, thumbs down, question mark.
Thumbs up.
In which case, Raimi tries to remove the golem from its place on the pedestal.
Right, you have it. You have it in your hand.
Okay. Raimi was asking permission in case the thing suddenly grew and started attacking.
Yeah. Perfectly fair.
Yeah.
Raimi has collected a new doll.
I
know.
don't. If I remember correctly, I don't believe so. But just double checking. Any windows?
Any windows? Where exactly?
In the general bigger room that we have explored, like the map we're currently on.
No,
More specifically,
there's no way to see
Okay.
outside.
okay, kind of what I figured. Just wanted to double check. It would have been kind of fun just to eat it out of the tower.
There's a painting in the room. No, you could always try that, but no.
Get it for audience. He wants more magical painting.
Remy, you want to go? You'll have to.
Do you want a moment to think? I think we should go on a
Yeah.
break.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need to take the break anyway.
All right.
All right. How far can you move, Machan?
Up to 30 feet.
Dang.
Look, I wasn't special enough to pick up telekinetic to make it 60.
Yeah, that's okay. I want to go try and chuck it in the black hole that we made.
Well,
But
I'm
we
gonna
still have
let
this
you ponder that
phase
idea, and we're gonna go on the break. See you in 15 minutes. Bye. All right, we're safe. Well, there's one camera that's having difficulty, but
I'm friggin'
again,
trying, dude.
it's Fisher.
Maybe if you take the defenses, down, your camera will come back.
Yeah.
Yeah, Fisher, you failed to start the camera.
Oh no!
You're the
Actually,
machine of the
the-
group, and we got this message for you.
No, the motherboard is, again, adapting to the situation and trying to resolve the issue, so it hacked into Fisher.
Yep.
Oh, good lord. Yeah, as you can see, we've been having a little bit of camera problems. We don't know why. Fisher. We're gonna have a trouble with Fisher's visual.
I'm gonna leave the call and go back.
Okay. And so now we got weird perspective on everyone. Any weird.
Come on. It was fine for a little bit, and then it froze.
Yeah, it's because of the audience. You know, when he went out and he came back.
Sam's like,
Always him. Always.
what the? Why?
I don't know.
Just leave and rejoin.
I just did.
Maybe just,
Just-
unplug and replug your camera? I don't know.
Just
Maybe.
restart your life.
I get, dude. I'm only. multiple things I could probably fix with that. That one?
I can hit try again on Discord, but probably not going to do much.
No, it's just your picture.
Hmm.
Your handsome little
Unless
wizard
that is
boy
him,
face.
and he just dressed up like that to gaslight us.
Little wizard boy face.
Yeah. But now all the cameras are in a weird place, so we're gonna wait
I'm
until.
gonna roll for the chances that audience fixes his camera. Let's see.
The audience fixes his camera? Love.
Oh, well, I did roll a 17. Now let's see for Fisher.
Here, take. I'll cast guidance on you for fixing it.
Okay, well, I got an 11, plus the guidance is, only another 1, so he only has a 12, which is like a mid-roll.
All right.
Got
Well,
like
apparently,
a 48%
Fisher,
chance to fix your camera, Fisher.
apparently, I'm gonna use your
What?
image because it's just not working.
I'm gonna try one more thing. I'll be back.
Okay. Completely dropped from the call. Okay.
Assuming he's gonna like restart Discord.
Reboot his
altogether.
computer. Well, yeah.
Alright, well, while he's gone, if we're back live, audience is actually gonna walk back to the other room to see if Orinak's still alive. Since there's not much he can do at the black hole right now.
Well, you can always try and go inside the room, but
I feel like more I'm waiting at this point for them to take down the teleporter so the wizard can show up and help me get this thing.
you never asked them to come inside and get.
I'm
the-
imagining all the like nice loot items you put in there for us that are now gone. It's okay.
Well, it happens. The camera just doesn't want to work.
No.
No, I think I'm gonna have to go with your image. Fisher. No. It just doesn't want to. All right, like that. We at least have a visual of something for you. We're gonna have to trust that you are there and that you are speaking to us. All right, so you decide to try and go back to see if Orenak is all right in the next room. It takes a little bit of effort because there's some pull. Do a strength roll, not a save, a roll. See how much you manage to.
That's a 21.
21. All right, that's fairly easy to do. You manage to push your way through the next room. And do you enter on the landing? Do you just stick your your head inside of the room?
Oh, the room with the traps? No, I'll just walk onto the landing to see if
Okay.
he's alive. On the other side of the landing, because that's where I know the force wall.
So
I actually don't know he was trapped there, but
you don't see him. You do see the wall of Fisher's cube in front of the door. It is-
Oranak?
Make a perception roll.
I'm gonna call out for him.
Your call
Why?
does not have an
Why? Why did I roll a nat 20 on that roll? Whatever, sure. Roll a nat 20 on perception.
You call out to him and he doesn't answer. There's a brief moment where well, maybe he got out fine, before the wall got there, and then suddenly you feel something touching the side of your foot. You look down. It's his acorn.
I am gonna hear about this when we next summon him.
But even worse, and this is where you have a doubt in your mind, the acorn itself is cracked.
Oh boy. I'm gonna quietly pocket it and decide not to say anything for a little bit to the group. I'm gonna let them focus before I tell them I might have permanently killed Oranak. Or not permanently killed, but maybe permanently sent him back.
Maybe a feet away from where you are, you see the handkerchief of murderous intention that's stuck on the side of the wall, slowly making its way toward the opening because it's still being sucked out.
Well, I'll grab that for him. I'll wrap the acorn in it. I'll put it in my dimensional storage for now.
Which is still in the room over there.
No, I closed. Well, sure. I'll go back to the room. I don't have anything else to do.
All right. There's something really funny to the fact that Fisher, an arcane machine, has a picture that says failed to start camera with the image of a computer.
Yeah.
There's something funny
I am
about
gonna
this.
call Fisher. I'd be like, guys, you need to get down the teleporter soon. Things are bad. Oranak is dead. I decided to tell them. I'll be honest. Oranak's dead. Maybe permanently. I'll explain later.
Well, shit. All right, I'll get started on it. I'm gonna go back to messing with the full.
Jorg, it feels like you want to cry. Is there something you want to say? Ever since we said that Orenak may have died, you're just been looking at the screen. So I was wondering, is there something you want to say?
No, Jorg is just shocked.
Okay.
But it's just his thing. Maybe he's okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
In the
The
other
acorn's
realm, and we
cracked.
just won't be able to summon him anymore.
Yeah.
I
Well,
choose to believe that.
we'll bring him to a high-level druid when we get back to the garden and see if it can see what's going on.
How I wonder who that might be.
Listen, if he perished from this realm, he did it in glorious fire, ice, and all elements. It was a glorious death.
Fire,
Not
ice,
caused by
thunder,
anyone.
poison, acid.
And definitely nobody should be to blame.
Absolutely not.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody's fault.
In fact, I would blame the Force Cade for trapping him in a room with no exits. Anyway, I'll let you...
So Fisher Terranad says, so that means audience just blamed you.
It's okay. He's wrong about a lot of stuff. I'm gonna keep working on it.
All right.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and work on these other full things.
All right. So you're pretty sure that one of the full ones is what's preventing you from teleporting in or out. So which one do you want to focus on? The first one or the third one?
Let's start at the first one.
Okay. You start turning, pushing, pulling, twisting, pop it. Let's see how good. I don't know. Every time I go to twist it, it just goes off.
If you say twist it and pull it in this right next to each other, you gotta keep going.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
you gotta say puppet after that. It's
Yeah.
all right. So let's see how well you fare with this one.
All right, guys.
Natural
Dream
one.
Help me out.
Jordan,
I'll guide you.
And Bramy is assisting, so 2 natural ones is a 1 in 400 chance.
Yeah.
Don't say the odds. That increases it.
Yeah.
Literally
It was-
incorrect.
One natural one, but the other was, and I also rolled a 1 on the guidance.
Okay.
But we still hit a 22.
Okay. So as you are pushing and pulling all the buttons, and then Remy helps you at the one moment, you're about to push something, and Remy just slaps your hand and pushes another button. And you hear Terranad's voice inside of you saying, "Do you know, he just saved you."
Yes, thank you. Very helpful.
All right. You manage to pull and push and all of those things for this one, and it grows dim. Now, there is no way to be sure if everything is down.
Mhm. I'm just going to start working on the middle one because I'm not going to just assume that we got it. So,
Okay.
another roll.
Yep.
That's another. Only a 34 this time.
Only a 34. Only a 34.
I was looking at one die and saw it was like just on 19 and then just rolled over to 9. I was like, "Ah," and then I looked up at the other die and it was on 19. I was like, "Oh, sick."
All right. Okay. Takes a few moments, 5 or 6 minutes, and play with it, and eventually it grows completely dim. Just little yellow dot completely at the bottom of it. So, most likely, you've managed to turn off teleportation.
All right. I will. I mean, I might as well try and get the last one that's still at mid down all the way too, right? Because it seems like if I'm right, everything but the last one is all the way down.
Yes.
I think or do we want to worry about that? If it's something to do with the golem's a little dude.
Well, the one at the end, like, because, for example, we haven't figured out if
I think it's the shield around the golem. But, which isn't up, but.
I don't know if we need to set off anything more than we've potentially.
Yeah.
Well, for what it's worth, like, have we actually figured out if we've turned off the trap in the room where audience is?
No, but audience just received a message in his mind. Sending spell.
Wait. Also, Zach, your mic got all robot-y.
Sorry, I'm gonna mess up the cameras.
Audience has so many people pissed at him right now, and that's okay. 'Cause he's
No,
gonna
you're just popular.
figure it all out.
He's just popular. Everybody wants to talk to him. It's the guy in the know.
So, I will message. I'll be like, so we just is the teleportation down? By the way.
Yep.
Okay, so the wizard's on his way, and we might have just given him a way to teleport back here immediately. So we need to leave.
Oh shit.
Well, I think. I would assume he would have been able to already do that.
Potentially
But-
not.
Above table, counterpoint. We do not have a quick way to get to audience without having to go through the puzzle room. And because of that, it is actually in our best interest to try to turn this whole freaking thing off so that we can just run straight to him.
Well, the puzzle room would be one
we
of
could
the
use
things.
the tunnel thing.
You can use the tunnel thing. To
Is
get
it
over
considered teleporting?
I don't.
teleporting shouldn't
believe
matter
so.
anymore.
Also,
shouldn't matter.
teleporting shouldn't matter anymore.
Well, like,
But yeah, we
well,
can fully try and turn this off. That's not a bad idea.
Also, teleportation did not trigger the trap because when audience teleported, he did not take damage from the trap. He took damage from teleporting because of the magic being up.
you just. I must have misheard. Did you just contradict yourself in the same sentence?
No, I
You didn't
took
take damage from
He's-
teleporting.
He's
He
specifying
didn't-
when he teleported, it wasn't from teleporting through that room. It was from generally teleporting in the tower.
Yeah, when I teleported over the second part of the trap did not trigger.
Hmm.
So we're thinking that was the teleportation defenses that we hopefully just turned out. But yeah, fully turning it off, not a bad idea.
Yeah, I'd just say we have maybe minutes, so
Okay.
like do things quickly.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Also, hopefully our friend is ready. So, just to clarify, was our friend teleporting us out or teleporting the
He was
tower out or
teleporting
both?
in, and then I believe he was teleporting it
Just-
out, and then we were going to
Yeah.
teleport out.
So you guys need to get to me.
Well,
Correct.
he was because you didn't really talk to him about the garden. He might be teleporting all of you out with the needle.
That's fine too.
Yeah. Yeah. Right, yeah. that's
Anyway,
what we-
the teleportation is down. So if he's gonna teleport, I don't know if he needs us together though. So you should at least get to. I don't know what he needed, but it's probably easier for him if we're all somewhat near the needle and together.
Uh-huh.
So I assume you guys should get to me.
All right. I think we maybe just run over there right now and use the tunnel to get through that room.
I have Oranax Acorn, so I have everything. I just need you guys to get to me.
Uh-huh. Zach, you're muted.
No, I'm not muted.
Oh, okay.
I was just that sigh was quiet.
It looked like you were talking. Because we just got a message that the other wizard's on his way right now.
I got a message, yes.
Audience receive a sending spell, warning him that the wizard is
Yeah.
unhappy and coming back.
All right. How were we letting the other wizard know that?
He was gonna know because the teleportation magic was gonna drop. So he should know. That's why I'm saying he could technically teleport us out. I don't know what his trigger is for that.
In that case, I guess we might as well keep working on this because we don't know when he's going to show up.
Yes,
when
but
he
I'm saying if he does show up, it's gonna be easier if we're together.
Yeah, but when he shows up, we can just hightail it together. We can run over there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
What if when we disabled the teleport, just a shitload of wizards that have been trying to teleport in just appeared?
Open house.
No, but I mean, they're gonna be very disappointed. I think all the things they were gonna find valuable, I blew up.
Yeah, kind of sounds like it. Hopefully, the wizard's not too mad about that.
Oh, I think he's gonna be very mad. I think I destroyed probably years, potentially decades of work.
Mm-hmm.
Fisher, maybe do an Arcana roll for me, please.
Uh, 24.
All right. Seeing as how the garden will sometimes have difficulty teleporting someone when there's a lot of magical interference and they are century in front of any knowledge your world possess, audience may not be in the best place to be safely teleported out right now.
We should take the thing away from the black hole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right, audience, you gotta
Oh,
grab that
we-
thing and get over.
We could split the difference. Raimi could rush over and use the use the tunnel so that audience has a way to go.
Uh
It's like meanwhile you stay behind working on the
huh. Yeah.
working on the dashboard. So that way we're kind of doing both around the same time. Plus Raimi can dash like a fair amount in a small amount of time, so he's arguably the best one to go on a
Yeah.
literal.
I will say,
Uh,
audience does have a plan for this because he has his magical rope, so I can tie my magical rope around me and something on the other side, so I don't get and then grab the thing.
hmm Well, how long does the tunnel last again?
8 hours. You can sleep in it
Oh,
if you
shit.
want.
Well, because Raymond can also mage hand, so it might be easiest to just throw your mage hand in there and grab it and pull it out.
It's a
Wait,
15
hold on.
feet. It's 15 feet still, Fisher. It's like a 15-foot tall thing. It's just not a 50-foot tall thing. I don't think Mage Hand can grab it.
Unless it is less
back?
than 15 pounds,
All right.
10 pounds.
It's okay. So it's not in its mini size anymore.
No, it is in a mini size. The mini size is just 15 feet instead of like 50 feet.
Oh, I thought the whole thing was like 15 feet long.
I think it was bigger.
I don't think so.
I thought it
I don't
was.
I'm waiting for
The 15 feet is still huge. But
Yeah, it was just that
wasn't-
it was like buried underground and branching that made it so hard to get.
I don't know. The DM said it was in a 15-foot tall thing that was smaller than what I thought I would see the needle when he described the room.
It was smaller than he expected.
But it's still.
Yeah, but a mage hand won't be able to grab it. I have to grab it.
All right. I believe in you.
Okay. Audience is going to tie the rope around. You know what he's actually going to do? He's going to leave his portal open to the other realm. He's going to tie something, his rope around something in that realm, because I should have enough sturdy, and then I'm going to go try and get this pillar.
All right. Meanwhile, Remy, you are running toward the room with the checkered pattern to create a tunnel. Okay. So, and you can go 90 feet in total. Is that it?
90 feet in 6 seconds.
Fast as fuck, boy.
You can pretty much get there in a turn.
Yeah.
Or in 6 seconds. I'm ready to make some sweet strength
You can get
rolls.
there in 1 round and a second, unless you decide to run through the laboratory. If you run through the laboratory, you can get there in 1 round. If you decide to run on the outer edge of the laboratory, you're going to be missing 10 feet.
I think we can afford 12 seconds instead of 6 seconds, I'm going to be honest.
There's a chance that they won't notice us immediately because we all have furniture.
That's not currently.
I don't think that's been active for a bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I kind of figured it wasn't active, but if we activate.
I think
Take 2 rounds?
I'll I'll take the 2 rounds just because I do kind of wish we'd had more time to at least somebody step into the laboratory to see what would happen. But again, there's
Yeah.
there are downsides, guys, to brute forcing through things. We don't have enough time to learn things before it begins time sensitive.
All right. Don't worry. For curiosity's sake, at the end of this, I will tell you what traps you missed. All right. So
Or blew up.
as you're running, one thing that do happens, Remy, when you enter into the last portion of this hallway, and it does trigger a memory inside of you because you've heard Terry. You could read what Terry was saying. As you enter into the last hallway, you suddenly feel that weight inside of you. Right above your heart. It takes just 1 or 2 seconds to dissipate, but the weight doesn't go away. So judging by what Terry was saying, if he's the canary to this, you might have reached the first bad point of being here.
Apparently, it's size dependent, or possibly strength dependent? Question mark. Figure that out later. So Raimi passing, well, maybe semi-carefully peeking in through the room just to make sure he doesn't immediately get sucked into what has been described as a black hole.
Wait, are you making
Oh,
it all
now
the way
he's
to
wondering-
me or just to the colored room? Just to the checkered room?
Well, to the colored room, because...
Oh, no, that room's fine. That room is fine.
Oh, okay.
Well, you do feel a small suction, but it's more akin to strong wind than an actual suction that's pulling you away. The acorn and the handkerchief were being pulled because they're so small, but for you, it's more like just a strong breeze.
I guess as a reminder, the hole is located... audience is currently...
The hole is located... I'm gonna put a red dot on it.
Yeah. I have to get by the hole to get the pillar.
The hole is currently where the red dot is. Slightly... one more...
Audience is going to have to make some strength saving throws. Audience has been beefing up for just this moment.
So you look inside and you open the hall. You open your magical hallway all the way to the other door. Remy?
It's the only way to do this quickly.
Without taking damage, you mean? Audience did really quickly.
I did do it very quickly.
All right. You step in, you open the door, you open the passageway. I don't have a a corridor
okay.
to put
We'll
on
know
the
the
map.
passage. We'll know the passageway is there.
All right. Goes
All
from
right.
one door
Audience
to
in
the
the
other.
meantime is trying to run in and get this pillar while fighting against a black hole.
All right. Audience, make strength roll. Fisher, make Arcana roll. Jorg, praise.
Praying.
Saving throw or athletics roll?
Athletics roll. The save was because it was unexpected, but now you know it's there, so you're intentionally fighting it.
Okay. That is a 18.
18. All right. You painstakingly manage to move all the way to the casing where you see this 15 long needle inside, 15 feet long needle inside. Ooh. You feel this suction trying to pull you inside. You get the feeling that you succeeded, but not by a lot.
All right. Well, I'm gonna pick up the needle or the casing, whichever's easier.
The casing is still bolted in the floor. You'd have to
Alright,
rip it out. But
Okay, I'm gonna grab the needle then. Oh wait, no, I can't grab the needle. If I grab the needle out, it's gonna turn to its full size. I'm gonna.
you
Does the
may
casing?
be able to shove it in your dimensional space if you shove it diagonally inside. But you are gonna have to shove the entire casing in there.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna grab the case. Does the casing? Did the chains? You said the chains looked like bent or almost ripped. Do they look like I could easily break them at this point with like a couple strong swings?
They
with my sword?
definitely have been weakened.
Okay, I'm gonna go to break the casings.
The legs of the casing and not the casing itself. 'Cause...
Yeah, no, not the casing itself. The chains holding it before I try and carry it out.
Alright. Fisher, how much do you roll for your Arcana roll?
So I am not getting advantage anymore because Rami's not helping me.
No, but you are receiving prayers.
I'm giving you.
So, I am going to cast Enhance Ability on
To
myself.
get advantage back.
Yeah.
How many spells I can use, by the way, that help me with this? Oh, you know what? I am going to cast Bless on myself while I'm doing this. That's something I can do. That'll help a little bit.
So Remy, with the hallway place, do you go to the other side of the hallway to see what the audience is doing, or not?
No, he's going to go there.
Okay.
Just like he needs to know if he needs to report a
Unfortunate death.
absence. Death.
It would not be KIA. It would be an MIA
Yeah.
through the hole.
Well, you don't know where it
Well,
goes.
we don't know what's on the other side of that hole.
We don't know if but for you it'd only be an MIA.
Remy, for the rest of his life, holding out on hope that there was an exit to that hole, and he wasn't just infinitely crushed into an infinitesimally small size.
Listen,
Yeah, there's an exit. He just it's a lot smaller, so he comes out kind of spaghetti.
audience goes to a new campaign. You'll never know about it.
You didn't know that, but he was gonna be as he is in campaign 2.
I just appear in a completely different realm.
Shit, that's weird. Well, that would definitely solidify what was going to be campaign 2, because there is a possibility of having a campaign 2 in a different realm. So, alright. Fisher, what did you roll?
I rolled a 25.
25, It's not an impossible roll, but it's still a really good roll. And since the DC has
Guidance, advantage, and effectively expertise is a pretty good combo.
Yeah, no. So, and the DC has been lowered because you've been messing with that console. And thanks to audience...
I've gotten to know it intimately.
Yeah, a bit weirdly intimately, to be honest, but...
Hey, don't judge.
Lovingly caressing the bud.
Fisher, we gotta go. Just a second.
What's that? Am I pushing your buttons?
Why do you keep repeating to that console, my precious? Alright, so you think you managed to completely turn off all of the defenses and elements that this console is controlling. The last one grows dim, and even the console itself seemingly falls asleep.
I just kind of shout across the rooms. I got it.
I got it! And then we have audience in this room just going. Did someone talk? Yeah, never mind. Alright, so you got it. What do you do from there? Do you wait for everyone, or you just start running to catch the others?
Probably meet everybody in the middle, but at the same time,
Okay, so you're not running, but you're going toward them.
yeah.
Okay.
I kind of want to make sure it doesn't turn on again, but
Well, you can always unplug it from the wall and take it with you.
I mean, is there a can I unplug it?
It's a console. The way that the usually elements of magic can work, it is remotely connected. It's Wizards have
Yeah.
mastered Wi-Fi a long time ago.
Yeah, that's kind of what I figured.
So yes, of course, it's pretty heavy, but you can just drag it with you.
Yeah, I'll just and then
So
start.
you run, but it's like running with a person on your back. So you
Yeah.
go normal speed.
I'm not gonna take it all the way with us. I just want to keep an eye on it until we're gone. I don't have a problem.
All right, so you're moving with Jarg. One turn. Jarg, do you focus on following Fisher, or do you hurry up to where everyone is?
I will help Fisher out with my guidances longer.
All right.
Jorg is locked in, just praying over Fisher.
Yeah.
Doesn't know what
Like-
for, but he's just gonna keep praying.
And Raimi's just thankful that I'm not doing it to him.
All right.
Randy feels like his prayers were answered.
Audience feel like his prayers are probably. Ray probably feels like a prayer will be answered when audience makes it out of this room and doesn't disappear into a hole for all eternity.
Fisher,
Mm-hmm.
you also start feeling that weight inside of you, that moment of oh, oh wow.
I don't like this.
All right, so there, and we're gonna go with a second round because we're gonna go with the others doing their other round. 1, 2, and going there. Okay, so we got 2 rounds for you here, and gotta update the map because I can't see a thing otherwise. Okay, here we go. Okay. More. All right. All right, back there, audience. You start slashing trying to break off the legs of this needle thing. Make an attack roll.
Sure.
Not to tell me if you manage it, but how long it takes you to manage it. Because
Sure.
they're bent, pulled, they received a lot of
26
damage.
plus a d4. 2, so 28.
28? Okay. You manage it pretty quickly. Maybe a good three rounds, one for each section of 5 feet. And just as you manage that, Remy appears in the door on the other side. Remy, you see audience struggling a little bit against the wind pulling. You also start feeling it. Because you've been arriving very slowly, you sort of felt it becoming more and more and more. So you were able to be a lot more cautious. I'll allow you to do a strength roll instead of a saving throw. Just to see
Wait.
how well you handle.
Isn't the saving throw higher?
Well, the saving
I mean,
throw is if he's surprised. You know, it's a save. It's a, oh shit. Unless, honestly speaking, Remy, if you say that you did not expect this to be sucking you toward a unknown point, then yes, I will. I would allow you to make a saving throw because you're telling me that you did not expect it, and you were rushing toward audience, and then suddenly. But if you were expecting it, then
I mean, it'll only be a +1 difference. It's like, but I will say that I don't believe that audience actually specifically described where
Okay.
it is. So
No.
that's the only thing I can really think of for why it would actually be a surprise. Less that the fact that the hole was there, or more just not sure where it actually is.
all right. So
Like
you were
much like
okay.
much like how if you are trying to cross a river, but and like because like there are some parts of a river where the current is stronger than others. If you can know that the current runs in a direction, but if you don't know like which part of it is the fastest, that's the part that catches you by surprise.
Okay. All
But
right,
I'm not
then
expecting.
saving throw.
Best I can do is 13.
Are you near enough to me to get my plus or no?
I don't know.
Are you 10 feet from me?
Well,
I don't
from
know.
where I placed you
Yeah.
on the board right now, yes.
Yeah.
So okay, yeah.
So that'd be a
Then
16.
it becomes 16.
Then it becomes exactly what you need to not be pulled inside. There's a brief moment where you start yourself slipping and moving forward. You want to stop, but there's nothing in front of you. And then suddenly you feel audience aura hit you. And you have this moment of vigor, of strength coming back. Your talons dig deep inside of the floor, and you just hear this. And you think, oh man, my nails are going to be so bad tonight. But you stop moving.
I would look back at Remy. I'd be like, Remy, stay back. It's too dangerous. Don't come near.
Right after that, you know. The perfect
Yeah.
moment of a person burning itself while trying to eat something, and the other person saying right after you go, oh, it's
Yeah.
hot, careful.
Move away, Remy. I got this.
Oh, actually, Raimi will try to support the best way that he can. Living on the edge, fighting crime, spinning webs. I mean, for real, if he could possibly shoot webbing at audience and then like giving him an anchor toward the door, then
Sure, why not? I'll because of how strong the wind is, I'd give you disadvantage on throwing or attack roll to make sure that it connects with audience. But sure, other than that, yeah, you can try.
so just like a regular attack roll with proficiency, or just using my stat for the attack roll.
You're not. It would probably be an improvised weapon. So unless you have
Okay.
proficiency with improvised weapon.
I do not. Okay. Well, is it strength or dexterity?
I'm gonna go with dexterity. It's
All right. Okay. That is an 18. I don't know if I'm trying to hit audiences.
That's what I was
Armor
going to say.
class, or-
Audience without armor, would 18 hit you?
Like if I took off all my armor?
Yeah.
Well, that's hard to say because my armor comes from my objects.
No, I know, but he's just trying to sticky the webbing on you. So he only has
Yes.
to hit you.
What
Audience
is your
does not
AC
have-
with only your dex bonus?
Yes, an audience does not have a natural AC of 18 with no armor to it.
Well, because of magical object, like a +2 or a ring of protection, that would add up. But
Oh, that would okay. No, I actually had took off all my extra protection stuff for this. mission, so.
okay. All right. Well, in that case,
Unless are you including my shield or not my shield?
I feel like if you're trying to grab that thing with both hands, I don't
I
think you
would
have
not
your
have
out
my
anyway.
shield. Yeah, I would not have my shield equipped right now
no. So
because that would have been too handy.
okay. So yeah, you manage to stick your web onto audience. Sorry.
Oh my!
Remy's dream.
Like, what's with all that sticky white stuff coming out of audience?
Audience, you feel a webbing sticking itself on your butt.
Okay. Audience will know what Remy's trying to do, and he'll, be appreciative. It'll help him in case he starts to get pulled in.
Man, there were so many words in there. Breathe, Remy, breathe. So.
All right, tonight. So I broke the.
Yeah,
the
it takes
casings.
a few moments, but and that's my phone completely dying. Okay. You. Sorry.
After I break it, I'm just gonna grab the case and start trying to
Yeah,
make my way out of it.
a good strength roll because it is a 15-foot long casing. You're gonna need some strength to get that in.
Yep. Athletics. Where's athletics here?
And since you are doing that, I will have you do a saving throw right after because you're trying to.
Okay.
Do
21 to grab and do that. So
Okay.
I assume I grab and do it.
Yes.
And then a saving throw, strength saving throw.
Yeah.
Okay. And then I get a D4 to that. Ooh, 4. That's a 21.
21. Okay. Okay. So you take the casing and you use every ounce of strength you have, and you manage to shove it in, rise it slightly so it enters diagonally inside, and you just manage to push it in. I had placed the DC at 20 because it is a quite heavy piece of metal that you're trying to push in there. So you just barely manage it, and you acknowledge that you're just you're gonna feel that tomorrow.
My shirt is in tatters.
Yeah, completely. I mean, it's barely holding on. It's Star Trek the original season torn up.
Alright, well, I'm gonna zip up my interdimensional storage space, grab Remy, and start running for the tunnel.
You have a brief moment while you're righting yourself. You go, "Ugh." Okay, you manage your save well to not be pulled inside of the of the black hole behind you.
Yeah. And then, I'm grabbing Remy, and we're getting out of here.
All right. So that puts everyone roughly at the exact round, meaning you can try and all meet at L12, which would also be the exact center of this map, or you can try and rush it and meet somewhere else in this here.
L12 sounds good. That should be far enough from the disturbance that the guy can teleport us out.
Okay, meaning that And for audience and Remy, audience. Okay. Also, and all right, you all start hurrying up to catch up with everyone. Fisher dragging the console with him, Jorg moving in front, Remy and Adian taking the corridor, and you all find yourself there in front. Oh yeah, that's right. You can't move there. You all find yourself roughly at the center of this. While you're all running, apparently something catches up with each one of you. Audience, you also start feeling that heaviness right above your heart. So is Jorg. Just a moment before you arrive at the center and stop moving, you feel that.
I am going to cast, because I still have spells, I am going to cast Remove Curse on myself. I don't know if it's a curse, but I'm going to try that.
That's a good idea.
Right as you cast the spell. How long was the webbing gonna stay there? Just to know if I can remove the square from the map.
Oh,
You've been there for half an hour.
it lasts for an hour.
Okay, so it's still there.
Ramy hasn't stopped concentrating on it because he honestly wasn't sure if the golem was going to show up where he originally was left off.
I support that.
All right. So it all feels slightly weird when you all meet up because you see Fisher dragging a console with him and Jorg probably feeling slightly exasperated. Remy and audience joining up with you just as you feel this shift in the entire room and you hear this mumbling voice. No, stupid, no noise involving, never, always so unprofessional. Just messed everything up now. Let's see who's been toying with my laboratory here.
Well, I hope the other wizard shows up.
Yeah. I am going to, with the Staff of Power, I'm going to cast Globe of Invulnerability.
Smart.
Okay.
That's there you go. Yeah, everybody stick next to me.
So
Okay.
you have an odd reaction from you, Fisher. You cast your Globe of Invulnerability. It casts, the bubble's there, and the console you have in your hand gives a message that there's something wrong. Would you like to reactivate the defenses?
No.
Bad console! Wait, what if the thing wrong is the wizard? And we can turn all his defenses against him, because we have the console now. Let's not try it.
Yeah, I feel like it's a little
Well,
late
let's not
to
try.
try and figure it out.
Let's hope the other wizard comes and teleports us out.
The wizard slowly walks in. He looks at you casting that spell. How quaint. Little warrior wants to try magic. Did you really expect every single defense to be tied to that console that you're lovingly carrying around? Would you like a moment in private? I can
Sure.
arrange
Yeah.
that if you want.
Yeah, if you want to go wait outside, we're cool.
Yeah, actually, I think you should check on your storage room. There's a problem you need to deal with in there.
Oh, yes, I know. And I'm guessing that you're the problem that was there.
No, it's still there. I'm not the problem. There's a bigger problem.
Yes, of course. Now, I suppose you're all expecting to get out of here so easily?
While he's monologuing, can I try and banishing whip him?
He's a bit far, but you'd have to run and get to him.
Oh, he's not near us? Okay, I'm gonna not. I'm gonna ready an action if he gets in range and try and banishing whip him.
Well, no, he sees the webbing on the floor, and he doesn't move on the webbing. He stops in front of the webbing, but he's walking confidently.
Listen, you stole from us, and we were just grabbing the object that you stole from. It was more of a borrowing situation.
That's a really convenient way of looking at things. It doesn't belong to you. It's not attached to you. Now,
What is?
It doesn't belong to you either.
Yeah.
but I
You
have
didn't
it.
buy it? No, technically we have it, actually.
Well,
Oh, I
Yeah,
can
we
solve
had-
you
that,
found
I
it,
think.
so
took it.
now we found
No.
it, so it's ours again. So thanks.
yeah. By your
Well, we-
logic, no, we have it. So
I think I can solve this. Let's see how mindful you were in your environment while you were walking here. He turns around and looks at the wall that is at all the Q wall, the one where there's the black hole on the other side.
Teleportation is down, right? And we have everything. Can I just teleport us out on reaction using my helm? I have a charge,
You,
and we're all together.
Where's the pillar?
It's inside my dimensional
It's
storage.
in your dimensional storage.
Yeah.
Then, yeah, I mean that was the.
I was
obstacle.
waiting for him to do it because I assumed, but I
Yeah,
feel
but
like
we
at this
only-
point,
I think we needed him because he.
the garden is not expecting to have to face.
no, not the garden.
Okay,
Literally my helm.
your helmet.
Yeah, because teleportation is technically down, and now we're all within range to where I could use my helmet.
Well, the teleportation is down, yes, but the wards of the castle itself, who knows that there's something wrong, you don't know about that. But you know that the person trying to teleport you out know about those. So, I'm
Okay,
not
here's
saying
what I'm
that it's
gonna do.
impossible. I'm saying that audience, your helm would not be 100% reliable.
Here's what I'm gonna do. Because I assume his spell needs that, I'm gonna buy us a little more time. I'm gonna teleport us all using my helm to the storage room, so we're no longer in his eyesight as he turns around within the same room.
Okay.
I'm gonna buy us time.
Let's go with initiative to see who goes first between you and him.
Okay, sure.
I'll cast guidance on your initiative.
I don't think that works. I got a 13.
You were deep of cast guidance before the DM called for initiative.
So
I'm gonna
Oh, but you
cast.
could actually give.
I'm gonna get a 13 on my initiative.
on the dice, he
10 plus
rolled 15, so he beats you by half a second. Which on its
Silvery barbs, bitch!
Fair enough. You can't silvery barbs.
It's an ability check.
well, now it's a natural.
Oh
20,
wait, is it
so
an ability? Is it an ability
Oh.
check?
Technically,
Oh,
it's
well.
it's a dexterity check. Technically,
Yeah.
Technically, before you silvery barbed, I should have rolled a d4. So before,
For
For my initiative. Oh, no,
Guidance?
never mind. No. Bless doesn't.
Yeah, I
do
didn't.
initiative. No, Bless only does. I don't think it does initiative.
So re-rolling on the silvery barb gives me a natural 20. So
Before, that's what 3 creatures whenever target makes an attack roll or a saving throw. Nope, it's the saving throw, not a spell check. So no, I can't roll. So yep, I got a 13. So either way, wait, Fisher, you have silvery barbs too. Use it again.
I don't know if that. I am going to save my reaction.
Okay. So he turns around, points toward one of the mirror, and you all see yourselves in the mirror. And he breaks the mirror. Just a single movement, and you see the mirror shatter. And immediately you all feel a shockwave from the mirror and slamming into you. And you realize by this that this is what has been accumulating ever since. Every single time you walked in front of a mirror. And that's what I've been calculating since the beginning. You accumulated 1 hit point worth of damage. So in grand total, since you started inside of this area, Remy, you take 64 points of damage from the mirror shattering. Audience, 65. Fisher, 66.
Ow.
Terry, 66.
Terry?
Terry, you said Terry's out.
Dead. Terry's dead.
Terry's
He doesn't
dead.
have 66 hit points.
But
Dead or like unconscious dead?
I don't remember.
Terry was put away.
No, he's been out.
Terry,
He has
helping
been. He has
He
look
been.
uses
at-
him like a flashlight.
No,
you didn't put
sorry,
him back
I
in his
thought
box.
that you put Terry away because he was starting to feel the effects of the room. Unless
Did
I'm
you?
misremembering something from last session.
Did I do that?
Oh, fuck.
I might have.
I recall Terry being the one where it's just like, as the DM put it, like a canary in the mine,
Yes.
and I thought that you put him into his box because he was feeling weak.
Well, you haven't been using him ever since I said that, so I can give that to you if you want.
Yeah.
Because 68 is his point of complete death.
Yeah.
So he's in his box. So how much would he have taken in his box?
He's
then?
not in the same realm of. He's not in the same
He's in
realm.
a different.
He has to be seen in the mirror. This is why
Ow.
he shattered a mirror that could all see you.
Is anyone down?
Everyone
No.
is below 50% hit point. Even Jorg, you took 56 point of damage from the mirror shattering. The two description that I gave was half hit point and complete hit point. So you all got the message of half hit point, and the next message was instant death from the mirror. Well, instant down.
Okay.
So you are all below 50%. Remy, just a little bit more than that. And Fisher, a little bit more than 50%. Maybe 52, 53% loss of hit point in total.
Okay. So are we fighting this guy? I guess
Well,
we're in
the thing
initiative
is,
until we
the
teleport
initiative says that he goes first. But it's not preventing you from using an ability.
a reaction.
A reaction ability on top of that. If you had chosen a spell, things would have been different. But you chose an ability, which is a good decision. Where do you want to reappear on the map? It's really just meant that he went off a second before you all did.
I would like to reappear. Do I remember? Were there any mirrors in the storage room?
You saw 2 mirrors in the storage room. Make an intelligence roll.
Where did I not see mirrors? Okay.
There is a single room in the entire place that there are no mirror. Let's see if you remember it.
Intelligence is not my strong suit. But let's. Where the fuck is intelligence? Yeah, I got no idea. I rolled a 4.
Well, it's a room that you've seen. So, audience, you have a choice between the mage's room, the checkered room, the hallway between the checkered room and the storage room, and you remember seeing a reflection in the storage room. So you have 3 choices. Where do you want to
I'm not going back to the storage room. I'm going the furthest room away right now, which is the mage's room.
The mage's room.
Because that's going to take the longest for him to get there.
All right.
Because the checkered room has traps. The storage room, obviously, we don't all want to be there, and we can't be teleported out from there. And the mage's room is the furthest room away while not doing that.
All right. You all... Yes, Remy, you're about to say something?
Sorry, I was just thinking about the fact that technically I think there is a place where there is absolutely no mirror cover whatsoever.
Yes.
The
There is one
magical
room
tunnel.
there is one mirror in that room.
Well, no, in the room, yes, but we can't be reflected off of something if we're not actually
in the
visible on the
magical
mirror,
tunnel.
correct?
Yeah.
In the
But there
magical
is
tunnel,
one
yes.
room in here that there are no mirrors in. So there was one. So you reappear there, and audience, you reappear looking at a mirror. Fuck! But the mage is not here right now. He has to break a mirror that sees all of you. So you have a little bit of time before he arrives.
Okay, lock the door.
With the lever.
Yes, with the lever. We're basically just trying to buy time to be teleported out.
All right? Who
Why
has the
can't we
lever?
teleport?
Because of wards.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll stick it on the wall.
All right. You close the door and you stick the lever there, hoping that the mage doesn't have a way to just teleport itself inside the room where you are.
Audience
Wait.
is gonna ready a whip for a banishing whip if he teleports in.
Okay.
Actually, Ramey's going to do one thing.
Yes. Go.
Where is Jorg right now?
Right in front of you, right next to you. You can hit him if you want.
Oh wait, why did my damage not go off?
You want.
How much damage did I take again? For some reason it didn't save on my sheet. It was 68, right?
65 points of damage.
65. Okay.
So
Plus
Ramey's going to
plus
say, "Do you trust me?"
Me? Yes.
Aw.
Immediately, Ramey throws his stinking stone at a strategic location so that it covers just Jorg inside of the smog.
It smells like me.
It smells like me.
Ew. Jesus Christ! We gotta get this man. We gotta get this man to bathe more, guys.
You do know that in the Middle Ages, people actually enjoyed taking bath, you know? It was considered one of the small pleasures of life.
Now, here's my question,
Yeah.
and this is the reason why I did this.
Okay.
So, Ramey is now going to look toward the mirror. Can the mirror see Jorg?
You can't see Jorg in the mirror.
Oh.
You see the smoke, but you don't see Jorg, because the smoke is covering him.
So, Ramey is going to look to everyone else in the room and point at the mirror.
As Jorg is going...
So don't be in a reflection.
Like, Ramey nods. Smoke and mirrors.
No, that's actually
pauses
the
for a
best
moment,
way of
makes,
using that expression that I've ever heard.
Followed by a brief, but
I could technically cast my miss from the Sword of Rakshan thing. I don't know if that would do it.
Well, that would cover visibility without giving Jorg the desire to puke its guts out. So, but you get the impression that
Remy
Remy
does-
enjoyed that.
Remy does remove concentration from the stinking stone and recovers it. He wanted to test it first on something that wouldn't cost a resource or concentration.
I don't even think my miss does require concentration from the sword. I think.
Well, I mean, we have other options for creating obscurement in the room. In fact, I think two of you prepare a fog cloud at minimum.
Yeah. Nope. I can. I
I'm-
can produce a fog
I'm
cloud with a 50-foot radius.
Still concentrating on Globe of Invulnerability, unless it's been over a minute.
Well, you're kind of not, unless you are going to be able to succeed on a DC 30-something Constitution
Oh,
saving
shit.
throw.
Right. Never
Yeah.
mind. Yeah, Fog Cloud.
Yeah, I gave up. Like, I'm no longer able to concentrate on web because of that. So it's also down.
I am also gonna fog cloud using the Tooth of Rakshan. So there's 2 fog clouds going.
All right.
2 fog clouds.
You cover the entire area in fog, and not a moment too soon, because for some reason you don't know from where it came, but you hear a mirror just going. But none of you feel the damage of it.
You dick, bitch!
And just as Remy yells that, you all feel yourself becoming light and disappearing from this place.
Can I reaction still try and whip him as I'm being pulled out?
You wouldn't know. You wouldn't know where to whip. That's the problem.
Can I make a blind whip attack towards him?
Blind whip attack.
Sure, if you want.
I do a blind sight. I don't know if that helps. I don't know if he's spawned within range of me.
All right, I've decided where on the quadrant he is.
I'll hold up the gem in front of his face.
You hold the gem in front of audience.
No, I won't do that. That's just took on over.
Let me just roll with the disadvantage
Also-
real quick.
Also, it's important to keep in mind that True Sight doesn't actually allow you to see through fog cloud, because the fog itself is not magical. It's just simply that the fog is being created from a magical source.
Okay, well that'll probably hit.
Okay.
Just
That
fun
might
fact.
hit. Alright, well
Yeah.
even with disadvantage, I got a 24 to hit.
Well, because of all of the fog, you're not completely sure you actually managed to banish him, because you have a flash of light just as the whip extends, and
Well, he'd
you
have to
think you
save
hit
it.
something,
You'd have to save. He would take 8 damage,
and the
No matter
DC
what.
is...
and the DC is on a DC 15 Wisdom saving throw.
He rolled 16.
Okay, well he took a little whip across the face I left just to really let him remember
A disrespect slap.
a disrespect slap as I was teleported out.
It's like it was a love tap or a
It was-
hate tap.
I don't know. He is a wizard. That could have been like a quarter of his HP. No,
At high level? No, not really.
I mean, if he has a 10 or under for his constitution and he rolled really bad, he could only have like 20, 30 hit points.
the definition of a glass cannon.
Yeah.
Nah, I just wanted to, give him a little whip, something to remember us by. Besides the black hole in his storage
And all of his.
and all of his
Well,
like years
We're
of
gonna
work.
learn in like a week. The whole
The average hit points for, I'm going to assume, level 16, even though that could be overshooting it, but I know it's definitely not undershooting it. It's On average, a wizard would have 121 hit points with a 16 constitution.
Okay, so yeah, so it didn't do a lot, but it was enough.
Yeah.
It was disrespectful. That's what I wanted it to be.
That would piss me off if I was in his shoes.
I did just win.
After we trash his lab and then just give him a little slap on the way out.
Guys, I feel like audience is not going to be less wanted in that city.
No, I think audience will never be able to go back to this city ever again.
They're gonna have specific like magical barriers or checks just for him.
Yeah.
Do you have a grudge against him?
Against this
Like,
guy?
did he slight
No,
you?
against
Yeah.
mages in general.
Just the city
No.
in general.
No, just wizards in general, the city in general,
Fair.
him in general.
So, you find yourself in an open field where you said you wanted to be teleported out. You see your mage friend there, looking at you, his hand still stretched outward, finishing the spell. Oh, goodness. Well, it's a good thing I placed a tap on the magical object you bought from me, because otherwise I would never have known that you needed to be teleported out now. You never told me when you were going to try this. I figured that when...
Everybody slowly turns to audience.
I figured that when...
Yeah, that's not everybody.
You would all get simultaneously injured. It was going to be something about the wizard detonating something in your group. It looks like I was right.
It was a little close, but just par for the course. We're all fine.
Well,
Maybe. I don't know. Did my remove curse ever go off, by the way? I
it
don't
wasn't a
actually know if
curse.
it worked.
It really was the
wasn't?
mirrors themselves.
Okay, that's what I thought.
That's part of the reason why there was this clue about mirrors, because all of the mirrors
I
had been
assumed
enchanted.
the mirrors were gonna do something.
If we had just walked in and just smashed them all as we went, would that...
Or would that have done 1 HP per smashed mirror?
As long as you hadn't unpowered the console, the mirrors would have just regenerated themselves.
Alright.
So we could have done it after we depowered, yeah.
But after that, yes. But if you destroyed it while looking at it, you would have taken damage. If you would have destroyed it without looking at it, you would not have taken damage.
Yeah. Listen, if audience is going to defend himself, some people might be annoyed that he brute forced some of the stuff. With how close we cut that with time, if I hadn't brute forced that stuff, we might not have made it out in time. To beat.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's still a bit of ambiguity there.
If we had thought of the fact that he could teleport back, would we have thought of it if we went slower,
teleport back?
Yeah.
Well, audience was going off the
So we could've
timeline
had
of
more
not.
time.
Audience wasn't going off the timeline of the traps that were being set off. He was going off the timeline of Abi, Ali, and the other party showing up, and then the wizard leaving because of that.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
So, on my end, the time that you had to complete the whole thing was 2 hours for in-game time. You took an hour and a half to get through all of the rooms, judged with the roll. I judged with the roll, which gave you half an hour. That's why I was counting the time that you were taking. Fortunately, Remy, because you accepted Jorg's help to look through the room, instead of taking half an hour to go through the entire room, you took 11 minutes, which is why he didn't appear as soon as you finished that. And although you did take a lot of damage, it was a smart idea to break the party in two and try to finish this as quickly as you could, because if you had all stayed in that room trying to figure out the console, he would have arrived right when you figured out the console.
Listen, I heeded the message that Anastasia gave me.
Though, if he really wanted to go things the more logical route, though, he would have used the tunnel to begin with.
I'm not
Yes, but
saying.
Yes, no, I mean there was some risk to me brute forcing. I also though knew that it was unlikely a singular trap, unless it was the trap potentially guarding the actual thing, was gonna do like over 124 points of damage. So I knew I could at least brute force a couple. I didn't think I could brute force all the traps, but I knew I could brute force a couple traps.
All right.
Yeah, and
well,
all
you're-
of my comments from last session about potentially rolling a new character still stand. The fact that it worked out doesn't change the fact that it was a very dumb decision on the part of audience. It doesn't matter how it ultimately worked out. It's like somebody going off by themselves with unknown knowledge of the different traps and their severities is a one-way ticket to death in
Well,
98% of
he
circumstances.
was one decision away from dying. If he'd stayed inside of the room after breath weapon sweeping it, he would have died.
But that was obvious.
You muted yourself for me.
I would just sooner attribute our success to luck and circumstance rather than any particular strategy.
No.
Because strategy went out the window after.
I'll honestly say that you did take a few good decisions, but yeah, there was a fair amount of luck. Well, of course, the wizard wants that just helped you wants to take a peek at the needle. You did promise him that he was going to be able to at least analyze it before you take it away.
I don't think we promised it before we take it away. I think we said we'd give him the chance to analyze.
Well, that implies before you leave, you know.
I mean, he can
Well,
come.
for what it's worth, audience, he can't teleport again.
That is true. I mean, sure. I'm gonna contact the garden anyway and tell them to pick us up and the object, and I'll give him the time while the garden's on its way to analyze it.
Okay.
Like teleport's an 8th level spell, and this guy we're 9th level. I feel
Actually,
like
they don't need to come pick us up, but I do want them to come get the object, so it's no longer in our hands before we fuck something else up and lose it again. So I would contact Sarah and I'd be like, "Hey, we recovered a working part of the object. It's very important. I'll explain why. We would like if what you could send someone to recover it, and then we'll make our own way back." I'll give her our location.
All right. She answers you that she's going to relay the message immediately to Dayrez, the only member of their community built with the material of your world, so the only one who can actually leave the garden, and he's going to help you pick that up.
I'll tell the wizard he has until he comes to study it.
He looks at this for a brief moment. Thankfully, I prepared for this. So you take it out of your storage?
Yep, I'll take it out of my storage for him. I'm also gonna use because why not? Because I might as well. I'm gonna use the thing that heals everyone when they're below half health. My channel divinity ability.
Okay.
Which is I have to find it. I never use it. Where is it? It's not land hands. It's
So while you're looking through you,
yeah,
while you're
you can
starting your
outline
prayer,
Oh, fine.
He looks at the whole thing, rubs his hand a little bit. Now, let's make sure he doesn't teleport this back to his laboratory. He takes an object from a bag he has, puts it on the floor, gives it a spin, and it starts moving, and there's a little bit of magic coming out of it, and there's a bubble that extends. Now then, we are safe for a little bit of time. Now, he takes another object, puts it on the ground. If you do not want to wait with me for a fairly prolonged amount of time, I would suggest that you step back 15 feet away from where we are right now, because I'm about to use magic, which will extend time for me while I do a little bit of analysis.
Yeah, I'll hang out. I need a long rest anyway.
Y'all just like sleeping in a pile around.
Hey, you
him.
said he'd extend time! I'm gonna take advantage.
Yeah, honestly, how much time are we talking?
It sounds like that was something he was gonna do for him.
No, I think it's anyone inside the bubble.
It's inside a bubble.
Anyone?
Yeah.
Oh shit, okay.
He's extending a bubble, and the time contraction or dilation will be an entire day will go by for every hour in the room in the world.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I'll take a
Yeah.
nice long rest.
Also,
Mhm.
some of you and Remy might actually be interested in what he's doing. I would just hang out. We're not doing anything else.
Yeah.
So
Especially if the stuff is him discovering about how it might be. He might give us some good information.
he places a little object on the floor right next to the huge casing that you have. He activates it, and there's a bubble that extends, and the entire world around you seems to slow down to a crawl. As there was just this few. What was there? I don't want to say anything, but oh yeah, 14. That's it. There were a few snowflakes starting to fall, and then suddenly, when you look at them from the outside of from the inside of the bubble, they just seem to stop. Now then,
Well,
he takes a bag out, unfolds a table, put a lot of things on the table, and he starts casting spells and using scrolls. While you all watch him, some of you just taking the time to relax, chill out. Others observing him, everything he does to analyze. Some spells are really high level, some are a bit lower level. He explains a few things. The casing itself, it's sort of a perspective shift. It's actually inside of this realm, but there's a dilation around it, making everything inside of it much smaller. That's probably why you were able to pull it inside of your storage audience, because while it was inside of the casing, it weighed the casing, but the moment that you would have tried to reach inside, it would have taken its normal weight back,
it's normal weight.
which was several tons. And he starts playing with this, and you all have time to take a long rest. And I'm not gonna go into who's deciding to dream or not, to sleep or not. Even if you say so, I think today's session has gone on long enough.
Nope.
Mm-hmm.
But, to my players, if you want to stay after for a few minutes, I will tell you what you missed inside of there. Mainly the traps.
No, I want to know all the amazing objects I could have gotten for that I specifically blew up.
Oh yeah.
Well, the crystals were what had the most value. But I'll leave that to the after hours. And we will let everyone else go to sleep. And all right. This.
Not to be confused with After Dark.
Well, for Remy, it's always after dark because he's watching audience do things. His mind goes after dark always.
I'm gonna be honest. If you want to honestly know what audience would be doing during this downtime, he'd be trying to figure out how to help Oranak, because he does actually feel bad as much as he wouldn't want. He would be trying to figure out how to help Oranak. But especially if we were there for what you said, like 3 days, or how many days?
You will be there for about a day and a half. It will take about 90 minutes for Dayrez and someone else to catch up to you because you're not like next to a portal.
Day and a half, yeah. Audience would be using that time to try and figure out how to see if Oranak was okay.
I'll help with that too because.
So, all right. One of the two of you make a religion roll with advantage.
That's going to be all you, Jorg. I'm basically just helping you get into your expertise.
Ooh, 17.
17. It boils down to one thing, according to you, Jorg. So you know that he was taking damage, which was lowering his hit point when he was fighting the golem, because that was the nature of the golem. Any hit you receive with a punch reduce your hit points. So it all boils down to that. If he was forced into an acorn form before he got hit with the energy blast, then you're going to need someone much stronger than you to repair the acorn. If he did not die from this, then it is possible to resummon it, and usually a greater restoration spell is enough to give him the possibility to heal back to its maximum hit point. So it really boils down to, was he reduced to an acorn by the golem or by the energy blast?
Alright, I still say we just bring him to a high-level druid when we get back to get a better answer. And then, I mean,
okay.
if he's not...
I don't think I have greater restoration, so, well,
yeah,
I could help.
I was gonna say, let's just bring him back anyway, because I don't want to summon him. And then, like, in a week, into, like, if he is not, if he wasn't in acorn form, we should give him time to rest with the nymphs anyway. But he deserves it.
That's a good idea.
Well, just above table, if one of the solutions is just simply casting a level 5 spell with 100 gold's worth of diamond dust, greater restoration is... Because, like, if we're going to be in that area for 3 days...
A day and a half.
Might as well.
Day and a half. I could just do it.
Excuse me.
I don't think there's... couldn't be really...
There's literally no harm in trying and see what happens.
Yeah.
That is fair. Well, I'm thinking only unless we summon him, and then that weakens... If it wasn't that weakens the bond of the acorn more. If there was something, like, else
well,
that
we
had
could see
I feel like
it
yeah.
works on the acorn first.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, because like if suddenly the crack stitches up or looks like it's starting to stitch up, then that would appear to be the solution. If literally nothing happens, then okay, then it's the other thing.
Yeah, that is fair. Sure, so we'll try that while we're there for the day and a half and see if we heal the acorn.
So you all have something to do. For some of you, it's just something next day. And for some of you, it's watching what this experienced wizard does to analyze everything he can about this needle while you're all resting.
Yep.
So, with this, it is going to conclude tonight's session. You're going to have to start thinking about what will be your next quest, because, well, we'll see about every factor when you come on next episode. So, with this, it concludes tonight's episode. Thank you for being here tonight. Thank you for watching. Hope you had a pleasant, whatever part of the day it is, wherever you are in the world, and that you found what you were hoping to find when you watched us. Whether it was amusement, knowledge, people to laugh at. You know, it's always the same thing for us. So long as you stay civil in the chat, whatever makes you happy. And that you don't try to hack any of us. Maybe that's what happened with Fisher, you know? Maybe he got hacked by someone who thought it was
I
funny.
don't fucking know, dude.
Oh yeah, and by the way, you have your girlfriend with you now, Fisher. The console.
I was about to say, I have the console.
Well, if you're holding it when you were teleported, yes, you have it with you.
And again, Randy has a new figurine.
Yeah.
So Fisher's gonna try and create a body for the console and then put the AI inside of the console and give it the possibility to grow, and then he's gonna have his first girlfriend.
Yay!
Ugh.
Weird science. While Fisher ponders about that.
Are we still live or have we got after hours?
We're gonna be in a moment. So, like I
Okay.
said, if you want to support the stream, we got Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, Patreon. So you can like, comment, donation. Well, yeah, I got the donation link below. So I'll become Patreon and subscribe on Twitch. And if you want to do more, just spreading the word of the channel helps tremendously. What? That's the self-publicity. So with this, thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. Remember the schedule. Wednesday, live campaign, 7:30 Western Coast Time. Rebroadcast for those living on the Eastern Coast Time at Friday, 7:30 Eastern Coast Time. And in between, Thursdays at 9:30, because that's where I live, Eastern Coast Time. 9:30 Eastern Coast Time. Map making and world building. With just me, however. So that's the schedule, and thank you for watching. Hope to see you again next week, and as always, stay safe and stay healthy. Good night.
Good night.